experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork, or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
Do you find yourself hungry, but looking for some new and different options? Then the Bodega Market Cafe in Uptown Greenville is for you. They offer a full-service menu featuring breakfast, lunch, and dinner, also with a variety of unique vegan selections. Dine in or sit outside in their great outdoor dining area. Plus, they're always ready for pickup or delivery. Open 24/7 for your convenience. The Bodega Market Cafe, located in Uptown Greenville, across from the BB&T.
Although innovative new resources such as digital media and social networks have grown in popularity, smart marketers recognize that printing is a mainstay.
We live in an age of computer hacking, scams, and fly-by-night businesses, so it's reassuring to consumers when they receive printed marketing pieces.
It exemplifies business confidence and conveys a high level of commitment.
It also fosters trust, which leads to engagement and ultimately brand loyalty.
When you're ready to grow your business, come to PIP, where business goes to grow.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 at 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. The following is an exclusive presentation of Pirate Radio, the voice of the pirate nation. Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
You can paint this with purple!
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Hello, everyone. Welcome in to Pirate Radio Live here on a Wednesday. Clip Brock here with you inside the Pirate Radio studios, coming to you today on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. We are on 1250, 930, and available to stream online at pr927fm.com. Also check out the show on Facebook Live and on YouTube. Subscribe to Pirate Radio TV on YouTube. Got a lot of great videos there, including something that you haven't even heard on the air yet, a Pirate Radio podcast edition of The Press Box, which was recorded earlier today. That's available to watch right now on YouTube. You can check it out. In fact, I was just watching Brian Bailey, Billy Weaver, Troy D, and Meadows before the show today. And Shirley will have that coming up 6 o'clock on our airwaves. You can download it where you get your podcast and also watch it on YouTube at Pirate Radio TV. All right, coming up on today's show, we will continue to follow what's going on with the LSU coaching search, and kind of in conjunction with that, potentially a Ole Miss coaching search and where Cliff Godwin stands in those searches. Matt Trent, formerly of WCTI 12, is now working on the Bayou. He is down in Baton Rouge at WBRZ, and we will talk to Matt about what he knows about this LSU baseball coaching search, how serious of a candidate is Cliff Godwin, all that coming up at about 3:15. Earlier this week, we talked to North Pitt head baseball coach Ryan Meadows. Last night, they went on the road, according to the Google machine, 3+ hours there, won a baseball game against the number 1 seed in the 2A East, and then made that 3+ hours trip back to Bethel. We'll talk about a great Tuesday for Ryan Meadows and North Pitt, as they were winners last night in the high school baseball playoffs. So he'll join us for a few minutes, coming up at around 3:40. At 4 o'clock, Ronnie Woodward will recap his weekend in Nashville. We'll talk Pirate baseball, past, present, and future with Ronnie Woodward coming up at 4 o'clock. At around 4:35, we'll visit with the voice, Jeff Charles, have our weekly chat with Jeff. He will come up on the show in hour number 2. And at 5 o'clock, Bryce Williams will join us in the Pirate Radio studios. We will attempt to go out to former Pirate CJ Struck. Bryce said that today was supposed to be a lay day, no fishing for CJ and his crew, but it is a fishing day there at the Big Rock Blue Marlin Tournament. So if CJ Struck is off the boat, we'll talk to him live in the 5 o'clock hour. We'll have a Big Rock update coming up at 5 o'clock and talk to former ECU tight end Bryce Williams. We got all that and your comments, questions, concerns, birthdays, anniversaries on the Facebook Live feed. You can chime in there or hit us up on Twitter. Shirley, I got a lot of annoying messages last night from a loyal listener named Robert Matthews, who sent me multiple pictures and video of his Boston Red Sox defeating my Atlanta Braves last night at Truist Park. He was there, and he saw the Red Sox beat the Braves last night, and he was fired up. He said,
"My man."
Earlier, let's see, his first message was, "Me and Shirley are going to celebrate tonight." The Braves came back from like a 4-run deficit, and I was ready for him to eat his words, but then Red Sox, I think it was 7-7, Red Sox score 3 late and end up winning. I think 10-8 was the final. So Robert, I don't know if he's back home and tuning in today, but he was having a good time at my expense last night as the Red Sox beat the Braves. All right, so yeah, folks can chime in on Facebook Live, Twitter, or otherwise. All right, let's go to our news desks. So maybe we should start at the Chandler Honeycutt news desk, who gave us some bad information on Tuesday. You have a source that currently lives with you, right? A big-time NBA source.
Yep.
Who said that James Harden wasn't playing last night. James Harden
did, in fact, play.
So, do you have any, like, big-time... You got some... what'd you say? You had some Zion Williamson news for us today.
I heard that he's unhappy.
Now, who'd you hear this from?
My source.
So, sources say Zion's unhappy. On that note, Stan Van Gundy was fired
and
by
that
the Pelicans.
Apparently had a lot to do with the firing of Stan Van Gundy.
So he didn't want him there.
Exactly.
That's like step one to make him happy. Get rid of him, bring in somebody else.
So this will he will have his third NBA head coach coming up.
All right. Sounds a lot like LeBron. Shirley, let's talk about real news. What do you have on your news desk on this Wednesday?
I've got news.
All right. What do you got?
Well, she probably is going to say it anyway, but I wanted to announce this. LaMelo Ball wins Rookie of the Year for the Charlotte Hornets in the National Basketball Association. I have some trivia for you.
Okay.
Who was the last Charlotte franchise player to win Rookie of the Year?
LaMelo Ball.
Larry Johnson.
I'm just kidding.
Larry Johnson.
Larry Johnson did it in '92 for the Hornets. There was
Alonzo Mourning.
There was somebody in the mid-2000s.
Baron Davis.
Emeka Okafor.
Oh, man. Bobcats. That's right. Yep.
So,
good call.
Congratulations to LaMelo Ball.
These awards, I don't care. I will say this, though. It's pretty cool, personally. The Hornets having the Rookie of the Year. Washington having the Defensive Rookie of the Year in Chase Young. Ronald Acuna, fresh off a Rookie of the Year a few years ago. Maybe my sports teams are looking good.
You need some sunglasses.
Because the future's bright?
Absolutely.
Yeah, Braves stink. So do the Hornets. All right.
So does everybody else in the audience.
Shirley, what news do you have for us today?
Well, of course, all eyes are on... I guess you could say all eyes are on Louisiana right now because... I wasn't expecting that. As reports are starting to filter out of Louisiana that LSU's athletics director Scott Woodward is planning to talk to Ole Miss coach Mike Bianco and, of course, ECU's Cliff Godwin within the next few days in Baton Rouge to discuss the LSU baseball coach opening. So,
according to the Advocate,
or it's called the Advertiser. The Advocate is a. I was going to say the Advocate is a very different website, but the Advertiser, which is a publication out of Lafayette, is indicating that the athletics director is going to meet with Cliff Godwin and Mike Bianco in the next couple of days.
Well, the Advocate says that Ole Miss AD will meet with Mike Bianco on Wednesday. Wait. Well, that didn't make any sense, does it?
No, because today's Wednesday.
And because he is at Ole Miss. So, multiple reports indicate that Ole Miss baseball coach Mike Bianco is the top candidate to take over LSU's powerhouse program, but the Rebels athletic director Keith Carter said he wasn't aware of any discussions going on. Now I see. So I guess the AD is going to meet with Bianco to say, hey, are you leaving us? Are you talking to LSU? I guess that's what's going on there. We will
Are
go
you
out.
cheating on me?
Yeah, we'll go out live to Baton Rouge. Let me see your phone.
Is there somebody else?
We'll go out live to Baton Rouge coming up in about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And
So
talk to Matt Trent.
Yeah, so we'll get the latest on that coming up in a few
Somebody asked me,
minutes.
Shirley, so who's got the inside scoop? Who knows what Cliff Godwin's going to do? The answer to that is Cliff Godwin.
Yep.
Yeah.
And nobody else.
Yeah, because
And-
he's not ponying up that information.
And you have to be offered a job to accept a job, and we don't
Agreed.
know what he's been offered, if anything, yet. So
Yep.
we are, we can ask around, but really it ultimately comes down to Cliff and then those schools. If LSU makes a hire and it happens to be Bianco from Ole Miss, then you dodge one punch and there's
gotta
another
dodge
one
another.
coming because
because-
Ole Miss has to make a hire.
Because Cliff Godwin has ties to both schools.
Yeah, that's what makes this one tricky.
Yeah, and it makes it quite interesting to an interesting story to follow. Also, we talked about AJ Wilson popping up in the transfer portal. Two more ECU baseball players have also appeared in the transfer portal, and forgive me if I don't pronounce these names correctly. Nate Nabholz. He is in there, and true freshman infielder Austin St. Laurent.
Gotta say, I'm not really familiar with him.
Yeah.
Never announced his name this year.
Okay, so I'm going to assume, since that sounds French, I'm going to go with the French.
Saint Laurent.
Saint Laurent. Oui. But anyway, so those players have appeared in the transfer portal. And, other than that, we've just been keeping the recruiting trail is continuing for ECU football. As a matter of fact, a couple of offensive linemen have been on campus today to visit with Coach Shankweiler. So they are continuing to try to further the program there. So we're getting a lot of tweets popping up of offers to specific players. They're popping up all over our Twitter feed. So, Mike Houston doing a good job there of trying to continue to build the program. And I saw an article earlier this morning, and this one had caught my attention for several reasons. Obviously, because one of them is because it was about Connor Norby. But it was a preview of how certain players could fit into certain baseball systems. And Connor Norby, according to one website that's called LoneStarBall.com, thinks that Connor Norby is a perfect 38th pick in the MLB draft for the Texas Rangers.
So this will be round 2, I guess?
Yes, and they think that he is a reasonable bet. He'd be a solid player for their program. But what also caught my attention is that connection, which is who is their minor league baseball system, which would be the Down East Wood Ducks.
Why would we care about that around here? Because we could potentially watch him play.
He could be a dude.
And low A ball at historic Ranger Stadium with the Down East Wood Ducks. You're right.
Yep. So I just thought that was kind of interesting. We'll continue to follow that because there's a lot of guys that could potentially, Gavin Williams, obviously, we can see his name pop up. So we'll keep a close eye on that as well.
All right, Steve, first of all, said Robert is tuned in, by the way. He's on 85, coming back home.
Nice.
Hey, Robert. Steve says Chandler heard from his source that Anthony Edwards won Rookie of the Year. Sorry, Chandler.
Now, you said...
I actually heard from my source that LaMelo won it, and that's how I found out before Twitter.
Okay.
All right.
He only just texted me LaMelo. That's all he texted me.
Okay, all right. That's all he texted me. That's how he texted me.
That's how he texted me.
Now, you said Robert Matthews went to the game where? Was it in Boston?
Take a guess. In Atlanta.
In Atlanta.
Yeah.
Okay, I was getting ready to say, because I was like, okay. Because that's a bucket list item of mine, is to be able to see a Red Sox game in Fenway and to be able to sing Sweet Caroline in the 7th inning. That is my bucket list item.
Just go to a Carolina Panthers game this year.
I don't want to know, because that's where
baseball game. Go to any stadium where they sing that song.
I know that, but the tradition lives and breathes in Fenway Park.
A tradition, much like a lot of others.
That's not even fair. It started there.
Steve asked, what current NBA player has the most career rebounds? I would guess My first thought was like, is it LeBron? Is it an old guy like
Ben Wallace?
Well, he's not active. I would say Dwight Howard.
That's a good one. He's been in the league forever.
Yeah.
That would be my guess,
and
Steve.
he's playing with Philadelphia right now?
Tell me the answer, Steve. I don't know.
I know Ben Wallace is in the Basketball Hall of Fame for...
Yeah,
and the reason why is because of his rebounding, not because of how many points he scored, because he averaged 5 points per game.
I too listened to Jeff Charles.
Yes, see, you learned something with those.
Those are informative. That's good.
I think it is Dwight Howard because it would be something off the radar, and Dwight Howard is definitely off the radar. He's not the Dwight Howard of old.
Well, sure, he is old. He is
old. That's what I'm saying.
Him and Kevin Durant.
See what the
and Kevin Durant last night,
46 points.
Yeah, that was a
triple-double.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Howard is correct.
Nice.
Well done, baby.
Sir. Sports trivia, AJ McMurphy's tonight, 8 o'clock. Come on out, have a good time, answer some trivia questions. We'll see you there. See you there. All right, let's take a time out. We'll come back. Matt Trent joins us on the other side. Matt, formerly of WCTI 12, now working down in Baton Rouge at WBRZ. We'll talk to Matt. Funny dude, good guy, good kid.
He's a good kid, Jeff.
Good kid. And we'll talk about what he knows about this LSU coaching search. That's on the way on Pirate Radio Live after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
This is East Carolina head football coach Mike Houston, and I'm proud to announce that our ladies clinic is back this summer on July the 30th. This evening will provide a behind-the-scenes look at ECU football and a chance to meet the players, coaches, and their families. The evening will end with an entertaining dinner and social. Sign up today at MikeHoustonFootballCampsLLC.com. We look forward to seeing you there. Go Pirates!
Weekends are made for AJ McMurphy's. Start your Sunday fun day at AJ's. AJ's is now serving brunch from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and a build-your-own Bloody Mary bar. Enjoy your weekend with live music on Friday night and Saturday night with no cover charge. And you can catch all of the MLB and ECU baseball action on AJ's TVs. See you this weekend at AJ McMurphy's, Turnberry Square at Bells Fork, and on Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Ready to travel and take a trip this summer? Avoid the long check-in lines and congestion at the big airports and fly local at PGV. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has recently added more American Airlines flights. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the pirates fly.
The Kinetic Physical Therapy Live Well for Life group kicks off summer 2021 with a bang this Saturday, June 19th at Boyd Lee Park with the Walk This Way event. Walk This Way is a free in-person event where family and friends come out and exercise together by way of walking and running. This 2-hour family fun event will be filled with laughs, sweat, fun raffles, and free goodies. Bring a friend to have some fun in the sun this Saturday, June 19th at Boyd Lee Park at 9 a.m. For more information, visit kptonline.com.
UBE and PirateWear.com are proud to offer the Pirate Nation its largest inventory ever. Brand new Adidas is arriving daily, along with Under Armour, Columbia, and Russell Athletic. UBE is loaded with cargo, and new items are being added daily to PirateWear.com. Be sure to check out our children's store, The Crow's Nest, for all of your young pirates. UBE and PirateWear.com, an ECU tradition for 50 years. Go Pirates!
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, pirates supporting pirates.
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Vaughn. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
Pirate Radio.
And you write that down, because when you're at East Carolina, you go for it every time. Or you don't coach at East Carolina, you don't come to East Carolina, you don't play at East Carolina with a weak heart. Write it!
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. The best place in Greenville to unwind after work and have fun is AJ McMurphy's. AJ's has daily food and drink specials and an awesome patio, perfect for some outdoor dining. There's something for everyone every weeknight, including sports trivia with our very own Clip Rock. AJ's has live music every Friday and Saturday with, of course, no cover charge. And they have brunch every Sunday. Make today an AJ's Day. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
Alrighty, back with you on a Wednesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Clip Rock, Shirley Rhodes, Chandler Honeycutt, a lot of guests to get to. And up first today is former Richmond Spiders baseball star, formerly of WCTI 12. Now he's working down in Baton Rouge and covering currently what's going on with the LSU baseball coaching situation. He's down at WBRZ. He is Matt Trent, joining us on the Fixed NC Live line, back on Pirate Radio. Hello, Matt.
Clip, I have just forgotten how sexy you sound on air. This is such a treat for me.
Oh, dear. Matt, you're too kind and weird. Matt, welcome back to the program. It has certainly been a while since we've talked to you. And first of all, for the folks that remember Matt Trent, you were like a comet, Matt. You were shiny and bright in the sky, and then you left us all here behind in Eastern North Carolina. But tell us what you've been up to. You've been in Texas too, right?
Yeah, so after Channel 12 in New Bern, I went straight from there to College Station. I was there covering Texas A&M. I was there for 2.5 years, and then came here to Baton Rouge, and I actually just hit my 2-year anniversary 2 weeks ago.
All right. So, happy Annie. You've been able to cover some good sports down there, including LSU baseball. They come up short to Tennessee, who is going to Omaha. And next up for LSU, it's replacing a legend. And we have you on this program, Matt, of course, because Cliff Godwin's name has popped up as a potential candidate there at LSU. And then if the dominoes fall and Mike Bianco's the guy to go to LSU, then Ole Miss could come calling at Cliff Godwin. So, Matt, as we sit here on this Wednesday afternoon, where are we with the LSU coaching search, and where's Cliff Godwin's name in the mix?
Well, for me personally, Cliff Godwin should be number one. I mean, he should be number one and nobody else, because since we started this after Paul Mainieri announced his retirement, we've had a lot of number one candidates, but for some reason or another, they've all dropped down off of the list. You know, number one, it was going to be Pat Casey of Oregon State, and then that was just kind of a fizzle-out deal, and now Mike Bianco is in the mix. I don't really see that one because, yeah, he was a player here. He was Ben McDonald's catcher back in the heyday of LSU, the Skip Bertman days. He's got a good thing going at Ole Miss, and I understand the connection here to Baton Rouge, but I think it would be a lateral move, and we also don't know how long Mike Bianco is going to coach, because he's getting up there in age, and you're pretty much just going to get a coach rental, and you're getting Paul Mainieri 2.0. He's a little bit older. He's got some experience, doesn't have a whole lot of Omaha experience, but he's got a good thing there in Oxford. For me, I think LSU needs a young coach who's going to fire up the guys, fire up the program, and just send a jolt of life through LSU, because, you know, over the past 4 or 5 years, LSU has been kind of stagnant, and the expectations here are as high as any other college baseball program in the country. And when you don't meet those, when you don't go to Omaha, it's kind of a letdown. And fans were kind of upset with Paul Mainieri towards the end of his career, and rightfully so, because, you know, Skip Bertman won 5 national titles in a decade. So everybody expects big things, and I think Cliff Godwin is that guy. Now, I've heard that he's been on campus today interviewing with athletic director Scott Woodward. I'm also told that if they offer him the job, he would take it. From the people around ECU and LSU, I have heard that LSU is on his short list, and it's not going to take a ton of money, but it will take a good amount, and LSU is one of those schools that he would leave Greenville for.
Yeah, the common thought is, Matt, that if Cliff Godwin was to leave East Carolina and go elsewhere, the two schools would potentially be LSU and Ole Miss, and bad luck for Pirate fans. Those are the two schools that could be looking for a head coach. LSU certainly is as we speak. Real quick, before we talk more about Cliff, I'm curious, you brought up Casey early on. I understand there was like backlash from the fans and everything. How much of that is a factor, if any, Matt, that they kind of throw a name out there and get the pulse of the fan base? Does that have anything to do with the decision that's ultimately going to be made at all, in your opinion?
Yeah, you know, with the climate around LSU right now, with the Title IX allegations with football, it's a very touch and go situation when it comes to a coach that's got a checkered past like Coach Casey did at Oregon State. We all know the deal about the player that he had coached and had some sexual misconduct issues. I don't want to really go into that, but I think Scott Woodward, and look, I think a lot of these hires that have been put out there by LSU have kind of been smokescreen.
Yeah.
Scott Woodward, from who I've told, is going at this alone. He's taking advice from his board. He's taking advice from his advisors that are close to him, but he's kind of going at this one by himself, and I think a lot of these are, let's put this name out there, see how it reacts, and if it's bad, let's move on. That's exactly what Casey was. He threw it out there. Everyone in Baton Rouge in the state of Louisiana went nuts. I mean, Twitter was a disaster.
Yeah.
So we immediately dropped him to the bottom, and I think Bianco's the same deal. I think it's kind of the magician's trick where, hey, I want you to look over here while I've got my hands in something else on the other side.
Yeah, interesting. Talking to Matt Trent down in Baton Rouge on the Fixed NC Live line. And Matt, one of the deals with Cliff, you know, he's talked to a school or two before, SEC schools, and was able to, you know, get more money here at ECU, get more promises, get more assurances on the program. The problem is with COVID and the, I guess, previous situation financially ECU was in even before COVID, I don't know if ECU is tapped out right now about what they can do financially for Cliff Godwin, and that kind of makes Pirate fans nervous as well, because, as you said, LSU, one of the top programs that can offer triple salary, whatever they really want to do as far as a salary goes, to a coach like Cliff Godwin.
Yeah, and I think when you look at LSU, look, the main thing, and I'm not there in Greenville anymore, but just observing things from afar, if there is one gripe about Cliff Godwin, is that there's a glass ceiling when it comes to Omaha. We go to Super Regionals, and we're right there, and we just can't knock down the door. And I think that if I'm Cliff Godwin, I'm looking at LSU, and I go, I've got everything there I need to get to Omaha, because he went in 2008 when he was a hitting coach here, and when you get a taste of something like that, it's pretty intoxicating. You get kind of obsessed with it, and you want to go, and it drives you and it motivates you. And look, Cliff Godwin has built ECU, not just in, ECU used to be, from growing up in North Carolina myself, it used to be just kind of like a North Carolina brand. And it was just kind of like, oh, we get the comb-overs from, NC State and North Carolina. Now we're beating those guys. Now we're going into super regionals, and now we're, on the cusp of going to Omaha, so we're kind of in the national scene a lot. We're top 10 and doing really good things with baseball, but we're not getting there yet. And if I'm Cliff Godwin, I'm like, they can give me $1 million plus a year. I've got top-notch facilities. I've got a great recruiting base here in Louisiana. I can recruit nationally to the brand of LSU. I've got everything here I need to go to Omaha and kick down the door finally.
Matt, we have talked about fan perception when the coaches' names come out. What is the feedback you get from Cliff Godwin? What would the approval rating be of that hire from the LSU fans, in your opinion, if he's the guy?
Well, from what I have heard is that former players are really, really high on him. And they really like his intensity. They really like his personality.
I saw a tweet. Ben McDonald was calling the ECU games, Matt, and he himself tweeted about how awesome Cliff Godwin was, and that made me a little nervous when I saw that.
Yeah, and I think, and I talked to an LSU board member a couple weeks ago, and he told me, we really like Cliff Godwin. We are very high on him. It's just that I don't think a lot of people know about him, because when you're a mid-major, even when you're a top 10 program, you're still a mid-major because you don't get the media exposure. You don't get your name out there probably as much as you would if you were in the SEC. But Cliff Godwin is a household name in the coaching communities. Everything that I have heard has been A+, A number one. And for me, I think this is a perfect Cliff Godwin landing spot, because this fan base is really receptive to energy and intensity. You look at what Coach O has done with the football program, and a coach that can self-market and self-promote. That is Cliff Godwin, and he is definitely on the short list.
Matt Trent joining us live from Baton Rouge on the Fixed NC Live line. Matt, while we got you here, and you mentioned Coach O, it kind of goes back to the LSU baseball, where you can almost set your expectations too high for fans. And if you don't go to Omaha every year, win a championship every 2 or 3 years, the fans get upset. LSU had that taste, that intoxicating taste you talked about a couple years ago, and then a down year in 2020. So what's the feeling with Coach O heading into 2021, Matt?
I think it's it's mixed a little bit, because we're really excited. Look, everybody has national championship dreams in the off season, because everybody recruits well, and you see everybody working out in shorts and a t-shirt, and they look really, really great going up against air. So everybody's an All-American when you're doing dry drills. But I think with Coach O, we're just ready to kind of get out of all the nonsense that has come with the Title IX, and we're kind of out of the woods with COVID, and everything last year here was just kind of abysmal, because it was just a perfect storm of chaos. The quarterback issue is going to be the issue, with Miles Brennan and Max Johnson probably being the top two candidates. It's a lot of talent, but it's going to be about putting guys in right positions, that can make plays and score points, and they're going to have the offense. Defense is a huge question. I wouldn't be surprised, if they win 6-7 games and make a halfway decent bowl this year. I don't think anyone is having national championship expectations.
But I would say there's a fair amount of buzz going into this season.
Matt Trent joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. Matt, looking forward to a fun football season, and also following what's going to happen here in the next. When do you expect this, Matt? Do you have a timetable on when this coaching search could wrap up here? Are we looking at the end of this week, next week? What's your opinion on that?
I wouldn't be surprised if we heard something by the end of the week. I also wouldn't be surprised if we did. What a lot of people around Baton Rouge have said, that if we don't hear something by the end of the week, that means we haven't found the right guy, or the guy is still alive in Omaha.
Right, yeah, that's a good point. I meant to bring that up, Matt. There are still a lot of coaches and potential coaching candidates who are still playing baseball in Omaha, so that could stretch this thing out a little bit.
Yeah, and another name that has been thrown out kind of haphazard has been Tim Corbin at Vanderbilt. But, we've heard that one not as much as we have with Bianco and Godwin. But obviously with Tim Corbin, I think they're going to have to pay him probably $4 or $5 million a year to get him out of Nashville. And LSU has that money if they really wanted to. But I would think realistically, if you don't hear something by the middle of next week, then we don't. Our guy is he's still out there and he's still playing.
Matt, great to catch up with you, man. Enjoyed it. Maybe we'll get you back on late summer, early fall, and talk some college football with you. But appreciate you joining us today. If folks follow Matt Trent on Twitter at MCTrent23 with the latest on the LSU coaching search and more. And Matt, great to hear from you, buddy.
Good to hear from you too, man. We maybe have to get a Zoom link figured out so I can host trivia at AJ McMurphy's again.
All right, we'll figure that out. Definitely. Matt, enjoyed it, man. Have a good one. Appreciate it.
You too, Clip.
All right, buddy. There's Matt Trent down in Baton Rouge joining us, and sounds like things are serious down there. And Cliff is indeed a candidate, that according to Matt Trent, and you got the interview process. And I guess for this is kind of obvious, but for Pirate fans, we hope this thing stretches out and there are more names LSU wants to talk to who are currently coaching in Omaha, and Corbin's one of those guys. And I don't know if there are any other candidates that are currently coaching right now for a College World Series, but Cliff Godwin seems to be on the front burner. Anyway, from what it sounds like. Maybe it's another smokescreen. Who knows? But there's the latest from Matt Trent down in Baton Rouge. All right, let's get a break in. We will come back, and we will talk to an area head coach. Ryan Meadows from North Pitt made the journey of a lifetime yesterday. A 6.5, 7-hour trip to go win a baseball game as a 16 seed in the 2A East. We will talk to Ryan about that, his fun Tuesday, and what's up next for the North Pitt Panthers. He joins us for a few minutes on the other side of this timeout. We're back with you on Pirate Radio Live after this.
Here today with Redbox, also known as Jay Klingensmith to his friends and family. Why F3?
I started at F3. I just wanted to get some fellowship back out there, start exercising, and just have fun in the mornings. Gives you something to look forward to. It always starts your day off great.
One letter, one number, F3. Fitness, fellowship, and faith. All workouts are free of charge and open to all men. Leave no man behind, but leave no man where you find him. Learn more today at f3enc.com.
Save lives, be a hero, and make $1,000 your very first month donating plasma at Grifols Biomat USA. At Grifols, it adds up fast. New donors can earn up to $1,000 in your very first month. It's the easiest way to make extra money. Start now at Biomat USA, 505 South Memorial Drive, Greenville. Find your donor center at grifolsplasma.com. Make up to $1,000 in a month and save lives now at Grifols Biomat USA. A better donor experience and better pay.
I can't think of anyone who doesn't love a clean car, but how often do you actually go to the car wash? Does it take too long, or maybe it's just not a very nice place? Tommy's Express changes everything. Our wash is bright, inviting, clean, and fast.
I love the flat conveyor belt. So easy to pull onto, much smoother ride, and safer for my car.
And when you join Tommy Club, you can wash as often as you like for one low monthly price.
I save money and time.
We're Tommy's Express.
Tommy's Express Wash, now open on the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road in Greenville.
At U.S. Cellular, we see our customers as more than just customers. They're neighbors. When you switch to U.S. Cellular, you can get the new Samsung Galaxy S21 5G for free with no hidden requirements. As a neighbor, you deserve it. U.S. Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for U.S. Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
The best place for delicious food and great prices is Familia. Familia has something for everyone, like New York-style pizza, lasagna, chicken, veal, or eggplant parmesan, homemade meatballs, plus a variety of seafood selections and favorites, like the steak burger and southern pork chop. If you need food to go, Familia's drive-thru window is open and ready for all takeout orders. Familia, Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College, and FamiliaNC.com.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Buick GMC Truck. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in Eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This month at Brown & Wood, get an all-new Buick Enclave 2021 and save over $6,800 or 0% for 72 months. As always, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
Warren's Hot Dog Pizza, homemade lemonade.
Hey Pirate Nation, Warren's Hot Dogs 2 locations are open for business in Greenville and Chocowinity. Both locations have drive-through windows, so stop by today for hot dogs, pizzas, subs, apple and peach turnovers, homemade lemonade, and breakfast in Chocowinity, featuring homemade cheese, ham, and chicken biscuits, plus sausage dogs and more. Warren's in Greenville across from Ron Ayers Motorsports, and in Chocowinity next to the fire department. Warren's Hot Dogs. Want some? Get some.
This is Steven Igo. You've heard from me plenty on Pirate Radio Live and perhaps have read some of my work on hoistthecolors.net. Now, get an extension of our in-depth coverage on the Hoist the Colors podcast. From game previews to immediate post-game analysis to emergency podcasts for breaking news, we've got you covered. A cast of guest co-hosts from fans, former coaches, and other writers join me for 2 podcasts weekly to break down all things ECU athletics. Subscribe to Hoist the Colors now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Google Podcasts.
Pirate Radio.
If you're going to put your name on something, it better be your best work.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Got damage? Damage from wood rot? Fixed. Damage from smoke or fire? Fixed. If you've got damage caused by water, consider it fixed. If you've got damage, use a contractor that works for you and not your insurance company. Visit fixednc.com today or call 999-0001. That's 3 9s, 3 zeros, and a 1. Fixed NC. Restore, renew, maintain. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here is your host, Cliff Rock.
All right, back with you on Pirate Radio Live. Ronnie Woodward going to join us at 4 o'clock. We'll talk about his trip to Nashville and the latest on the LSU coaching search and where Cliff Godwin is in that search, and wrap up the 2021 ECU baseball season. We'll visit with the voice, Jeff Charles, in Hour 2. Bryce Williams, former Pirate, joins us in Hour 3. We'll talk a little Big Rock and more with Bryce. But right now, we'll go back out to the Fixed NC Live line and talk to someone who we had on the show just a couple of days ago, Ryan Meadows, the head baseball coach out at North Pitt. We were previewing his matchup with McMichael, the 16 seed versus the 1 seed. And how about the Panthers? They go all the way out. 3+ hour drive there, 3+ hour drive back. They get a 2-1 win last night, and Coach Meadows joins us once again here on the program. Ryan, congratulations, man. How you doing today? I know you're doing good, but are you a little bit tired after that drive?
Hey, Cliff. Thanks for having me. Yeah, it's been a good day. A little bit of rest here and there. I took a nap last night and woke up, and I've just been working, trying to get ready for East Bladen. So that's kind of the life we're living right now.
East Bladen next on the docket. Let's talk about the day that was for you, Ryan. What time did you guys pull out of Bethel, and what time did you arrive? How long was that road trip for you guys?
So on a 55, debatable 54, 55 mile school bus. Actual driving time, it took right at about 4 hours.
Oof.
We left, we met at school at 10 o'clock and discovered that we probably didn't have enough fuel in our bus, so we had to swing it by Pitt County Bus Garage, and those guys did us right, hooked us up, and that was a little bit of a detour, so I got off to a little rocky start. But, we headed out, and we stopped about halfway other side of Durham, and had a nice sit-down lunch and kind of enjoy each other, which is, what this time of year is all about. You never know when's going to be your last day together. We kind of talk about all the time, man, the playoffs, that's one of the special things. That's why we don't mind getting on a bus and making the day part of it a field trip and hanging out and having fun. And I just tell them whenever we pull it to the school and climb down the stairs and get off the bus, it becomes a business trip. So we had a good day. It was a good day of fellowship, and obviously we played some really good baseball last night and beat a really good team. So it was a good day.
That's awesome. And looking at the scoreboard there, Ryan, that you posted on Twitter, looks like ECU Vanderbilt Super Regional. 3 runs combined, 2 for North Pitt, 1 for McMichael, 7 hits combined. The Panthers had 4, and McMichael had 3. So looks like pitching was the key, one of the keys to victory last night for you guys.
Yeah, we faced a really good guy last night. I mean, he was upper 80s, 87, 88. He's been up to 91 sometimes this year. So, we put him in play. I mean, we did a good job, and we got some small ball done and stole a couple of bases off a really good catcher. And our guys, did some situational hitting, things that you preach all throughout the year. And, we squeaked out 2 runs, and we can't say enough about our defense and the game our catcher Sam Tripp behind the plate had, as well as really probably the MVP of the game, our senior Brandon Warren just was lights out last night and was locating 3 pitches in pretty much any count. Able to pitch backwards, and that's the kind of game plan we wanted to go into it. They've got a pretty good offense, and he really handcuffed them and shoved down for us.
We talked to your coach, RV, Ronald Vincent, yesterday on the show, Ryan. He talked about how important pitching was this time of year and kind of went over, his plan if J.H. Rose was to go on the long run. And is that something you worry about game 1, but when you're heading into that game, are you already thinking about, okay, if we win this one, what do we have on the mound? If we are able to get to round 3, what do we got? Did you have to kind of lay out a plan, and where are you with that plan right now heading into round 2?
Yeah, well, I mean, there's always a plan, and what did Mike Tyson say? Everybody's so you
get punched. Yeah, right.
In an ideal scenario on paper, you can draw it up a million different ways to set your team up with success down the road. But, we found ourselves in a 1-2-0 game, going into the latter part of the innings yesterday, and we left our guy out there. We were willing to sacrifice, trying to survive in advance other than trying to break up and stretch arms out and limit pitch count and all that. But look, in an ideal world, this is a really crazy scenario. You've got to win 3 games. It's the first 3-game week anybody's played all year long, and it's in the playoffs. And with the pitch count the way it is, you've got to have some pitching left for, obviously, every round gets harder. But, again, I mean, we're just in survival mode. We're going to do what we have to do to survive and advance. And there's a lot of different ways to win baseball games, and we're just trying to find a different way every single time out.
Ryan, what was we talked about the trip there. What was it like back? That's still a long bus ride, but man, it's got to be a lot sweeter after you pick up a win. Was it a celebration? Was it subdued? I guess with a 4-hour trip, it could be a little bit of both. What was that trip home like for you guys last night?
Yeah, man. I mean, a couple of kids rode home with their parents, which they had things to do actually during the school day. We had no problem, but the majority of the team was on the bus, and man, they were rocking songs on their phones and speakers and sing-along karaoke. Like, I didn't even know those kids knew those songs. I felt like I was in Dowdy Ficklen with the crowd, singing "Living on a Prayer" back there, and it was awesome, man. We stopped after the game and we caught a Waffle House, and
nice.
We kind of follow scores on Twitter and a high school OT, and man, it's just what makes postseason high school baseball so special, is those opportunities to share it with your coaches, share it with your guys, and just celebrate, moments like that with these kids.
Ryan Meadows, North Pitt baseball head coach, joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. Ryan, East Bladen, you said next on the docket. When is that game, and what do you know about those guys?
So it's tomorrow, Thursday, which is the second round. I guess usually would be the third round in the traditional format, but it's a final 8 in the East left, and we go down to East Bladen. They are game time 6:00. They're really, really good. Most people don't know East Bladen, but they have heard of Weifel. Obviously, Mackenzie Gore and Turner Brown, and they won that conference this year, and Weifel is not down. They are a really strong 2A team. They beat one of the best teams in the state last night, and East Bladen, won that conference this year, which says a lot about them. They actually, in 2019, which was our last, traditional, playoff format, they went to the 4th round, and the majority of their team that year, the core of their team was sophomores, which those guys are seniors now. So they're going to be they're going to be tough and they're going to be good. I know we're going to face somebody another upper 80s, maybe a 90-mile-an-hour guy tomorrow. And, look, our kids aren't going to back down. I can tell you that. Win, lose, or draw, we're going to get off the bus and we're going to play North Pitt baseball. And, we're going to let the baseball gods figure this thing out for us, and we're just going to give our best effort and see what we can do.
Ryan Meadows joining us on the Fixed NC Live Line. Ryan, you helped me hook up with Philip Boykin, former Panther, who was at Norfolk State now and played against ECU. And we talked to him on the show, Ryan, and I meant to pass this along to you on Monday when we talked, but I was able to catch up with him after a game. Met him in the parking lot over there at Clark LeClaire, and he had some good things to say about you. Loved his time playing baseball in Greenville, but just wanted to pass that along. He was a really nice young man.
Yeah, Philip's awesome, man. He's a stud. Between North Pitt for 4 years on the varsity, and he actually played, I think, 3 or 4 years of Legion for me. I've probably coached him more than any kid I've ever coached in my life. So, he's a good one. Norfolk State's got a good one, and very, very high character kid. Came through Greenville Little League here, and so many people in this community had an influence on his life, and I was just happy to kind of see him out on the way to college in a lot of different ways. But we still talk all the time, a couple of times a week, and he came to see one of our games. He came to watch my son play Little League the other night.
Oh, cool. Kid. Yeah, that's awesome. Ryan, you said it earlier on in this conversation. There's a lot of different ways to win ball games, and you had your ace out there last night. You're looking for any kind of way you can to scratch across another win against East Bladen. What's it going to take for you guys to continue? Who needs to step up for you guys coming up on Thursday?
We just need to do what we do. We've had a great year. I mean, we've hit our stride at the right time. I mean, we're starting to play really good defense again, which was what created our long winning streak early in the year, and we're putting the baseball in play. And we feel like we've got 3, 4, maybe even 5 more pitchers we can get out, run out back out there and give us a competitive chance. And this team's going to be good and they're talented, but the way that we feel is we can play with anybody in the state, and I think we've proven that over the years. And these kids we have this year, this bunch is no different. So we're going to get on a bus and have another good time together, and we're going to go play hard and see what happens.
Yeah, and you say you're hitting your stride at the right time. I guess in a normal year, Ryan, you'd be what, like 3/4 of the way through, or heading into the conference tournament. Like you guys didn't have that, as you said the other day. You didn't have the marathon; it was a sprint this year. So yeah, maybe now is a good time for you guys to get hot.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, that's the pitching and momentum is what's going to carry teams in the next week. It's obviously luck of the draw. I mean, this year, just because you face a number 1 or a number 16 or a number 8 seed, that's not ranking the order of the regular seasons they had. It was such a unique, dynamic that they did the seedings on this year. Literally pull names out of a hat.
Yeah.
So, as long as you got in, that's just who you played. That's taking nothing away from it, Michael. They could have easily been the number 1 team in the state. They were really good, but this team tomorrow night, I don't even know what their seed is, but they are really, really talented. So, you just got to show up and play every night and play the cards you're dealt, and we'll be ready.
Make sure there's fuel on that bus, Ryan, before you head out of town.
Well, I've already been told we've got the same schedule tomorrow. We're gonna fill it up again.
All right, fill her up.
I'm a little superstitious. So
yeah,
no problem with that either. So.
Yeah, stick with that routine. There you go.
We'll get it done, man. That's right.
Ryan, thanks for joining us, man. Good luck to you guys. I wanted to keep the mojo going, so how about y'all win on Thursday, and we'll talk to you on Friday. Let's plan on that.
Hey, I'll be on.
All right, bud. Thanks, Ryan. Appreciate it, man.
Sounds good, Cliff. Thanks a lot.
All right, man. There's Ryan Meadows, who is going to have to, I guess, delay his coaching duties for Pitt County Post 39 a little bit, as long as his North Pitt Panthers are playing in the postseason. That's awesome stuff. Speaking of postseason, coming up tonight, last night in the NBA playoffs, the Bucks blow a lead and fall to the Nets. So the Nets taking a 3-2 series lead there. You've got a couple of series tied up tonight. It'll be Philadelphia hosting Atlanta. That series tied at 2 games apiece after the Hawks win Game 4. Both teams have won on their home court in the LA-Utah series, but Chandler, I don't know if your source has this, But some bad news regarding Kawhi Leonard today, right?
Yep.
ACL injury, out indefinitely. And, boy, that is huge. Have
they confirmed that it's an ACL tear? I'm seeing a lot of that they're fearing that it's an ACL tear.
Yeah, I see ACL injury. I don't see. This is from Shams. So, but, man, that has been the theme of the playoffs, right? These stars getting hurt. It kind of got the ball rolling with Murray from the Nuggets when he got hurt. You kind of took the Nuggets out of the pot for winning it all. And just in these playoffs alone, we've had so many big-time injuries.
And now Chris Paul is in the safety protocols with COVID.
Yeah, I saw, I believe it was Jalen Rose who said he's been vaccinated. Luckily, they wrapped up their series early.
Right.
So they have a little time to wait. So he should be able to come back and play, I would think, for the Phoenix Suns when they get the winner of L.A. and Utah. Last night in the Stanley Cup playoffs, the Lightning knocking off the Islanders. Coming up tonight, it'll be Vegas and Montreal. Vegas has a 1-0 series lead in that one, 9 o'clock on NBC Sports Network.
I think I'm going to start rooting for the Islanders.
Yeah?
The Fighting Stu Finers. They have been on a roll, I know, and but they're facing a good team right now in the defending Stanley Cup champions, the Tampa Bay Lightning. They evened the series up last night, so see if they can get back on top in a couple of days.
As Chandler said earlier, LaMelo Ball won Rookie of the Year. That was announced earlier today. We got Ronnie Woodward joining us at 4 o'clock. He just pulls for whoever Rajon Rondo plays for, and he says the Clippers now need playoff Rondo to step up. I'm almost there, Clip. All right, Ronnie, well, we'll see you in a few minutes, but he's tuned in on the way here and says they need playoff Rondo coming up tonight. What is the line on? It's got to be with Kawhi out.
I think I saw -7.
Yeah, it's got to be high, although I think Mike Conley is out tonight, too. Like, all these big-time players are missing all these games. Good news for Utah, though. Donovan Mitchell is playing tonight.
Spider.
And looking good. All right, let's get a break in. And you are correct, Chandler. It is a 7-point Utah Jazz spread tonight. 7 in both games. 7 for the Sixers, 7 for the Jazz in those playoff games coming up tonight. When we return, hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live, we will talk Pirate Baseball with Ronnie Woodward. We got so much to discuss and not a lot of time to do it. We need to, at some point, revisit Ronnie's over-under predictions for 2021 for ECU baseball. I might hold that off for another week and do that next week since we have so much to talk about today.
Also, want to try to throw out a couple of spelling challenges to Ronnie.
Oh, you want to do that?
And also want to see how his trip to Nashville went.
Okay. All right. I'll jot those notes down.
And I also have some additional accolades, postseason accolades for some of the ECU baseball players that just got announced just a few minutes ago.
All right. As long as it's not Baby T.
No, it's not Baby T.
Terquavion's got enough accolades.
No. This is ECU baseball.
I know. I just feel like we went through, 8 straight weeks.
When you hear accolades, you think of
Baby T.
Baby T.
Well, speaking of Baby T, there was a tweet that just came out that Josh Short, who was Baby T's teammate, has been offered by NC State as well.
Oh, ECU got on him first.
Yep, ECU has offered him. He's also been. He's also had offers from Yale, Richmond.
Oh,
wow. There's a couple other schools in the mix there.
The Ivy League is a tough league.
It's a tough league.
So tougher than North Korea, as we learned yesterday. There's a throwback from yesterday's show. All right, we'll take a timeout. Come back. Ronnie Woodward joins us after this. Chico's Mexican restaurant is where the fiesta never ends. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Wednesday for shrimp tacos for only $9.99. Plus Wednesdays means all Mexican imports for only $2.50. Thursdays, enjoy your favorite beef, chicken, or vegetable fajitas for only $9.99. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's in downtown Greenville and now available through DoorDash, featuring a half gallon of the famous margarita mix to go for only $9.99. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
Ahoy, mateys! To keep those cars clean, you need the Pirates Cove Fast Pass.
Greenville's original Express Car Wash is now offering a Fast Pass for as low as $19.99. That's one pass, 4 locations, and unlimited washes. Visit us in Greenville on Fire Tower Road, Memorial Drive, and East 10th Street, and also in New Bern on Glen Burnie Road. And by popular demand, Pirates Cove on Fire Tower Road is now offering interior cleaning.
So we have you surrounded. Pirates Cove, the official car wash partner of ECU Athletics.
Hey Birdland, Orioles 2021 single game tickets are on sale now for all games June through September at Orioles.com/tickets. Single game options are flexible and affordable with individual tickets starting as low as $15. You can choose from popular promo dates and fan favorite giveaways, including bobbleheads, t-shirts, caps, and more. Simply select your dates and purchase tickets now at Orioles.com/tickets. That's single game tickets as low as $15. Available to all fans now at Orioles.com/tickets.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 8 to 10 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by GolfKnickers.com, the world's leader in traditional golf apparel. Hosts Mark Greenhalgh and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop.
With Domino's Carside Delivery, you can carry out any 3-topping pizza for just $7.99 without leaving your car. So you don't have to interrupt your kid's favorite song.
And we'll all be friends just for one day.
You can interrupt this, actually.
Next time you carry out 3-topping pizzas for $7.99 each, try Domino's Carside Delivery. Just pull up to the store, check in online, and Domino's will bring your food to you contact-free. Carry out only. You must ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, and charges may vary. Excludes XL and specialty pizzas. Crust availability varies by size. Message and data rates may apply when using Domino's Carside Delivery.
In studio today with Tony Edwards from AG Home Solutions. And Tony, you love to help people remodel spaces or even do new construction.
We do, and we also can help people find financing when they want to do projects like this. And so we partner with folks like Joey Barrow with Annie Mac Mortgage.
And Joey's in studio with us as well. And Joey, people have a lot of financing questions to be able to help reach the home of their dreams, whether it's remodel or new construction.
No matter how large or small the project may be, we have options for you. Even if you have credit concerns, we provide guidance to help you get the home of your dream or turn the home that you currently have into the home of your dream.
Joey, how can folks get up with you?
You can call us today at 917-8400, or you can go to our website at greenville.annie-mac.com.
And Tony, what about if people have renovation questions? How can they get up with AG Home Solutions?
You can contact us at 947-2526 or check out our website at aghomesolutions.com.
Thanks again to Tony Edwards from AG Home Solutions and Joey Barrow from Annie Mac Mortgage joining us today.
You can paint these peaches purple.
Classic sports moments never get old, and neither does classic food from CPW's. CPW's classic menu is back with all of your favorites like tortellini CPW's, Cajun chicken and pasta, classic lasagna, the garbage pizza, the stromboli, calzone, Atlantic salmon, the Cajun fried shrimp wrap, and more. Start every meal off with your favorite beverage and CPW's fresh baked bread and garlic butter. CPW's, serving classics in Greenville since 1995. Stanton Square near the hospital.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Select Bank and Trust. Banking is banking until the service is not the same. Wouldn't you like to deal with a bank that is responsive to your needs, can make local decisions, and cares about you, the customer? Try Select Bank and Trust. Bank local. Bank select. SelectBank.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Villa Verde on 10th Street and Villa Verde Dos by the hospital are open for you, serving unique and healthy dishes from the Dominican Republic. Order online at myvillaverde.com or the Villa Verde app. Order a family meal that feeds 6 to 7 people, and they'll have it ready for curbside pickup today. Whether it's dine-in or takeout, Villa Verde is a platform for good. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
All right, there's a fly in here, and my goal is to...
Oh, he must have migrated in there because he's been bugging me all day.
Talk about Ronnie Woodward?
No.
My goal is to murder this fly
Ronnie got the Charlotte Hornets colors going on in there.
Thanks for representing LaMelo Ball.
That's why I did it. Yeah, my goal is to get rid of this fly between now and 6 o'clock. So if it comes back around my way.
Oh, we're throwing a party if we get rid of this sucker.
I don't want to knock over this drink, but this thing's got to go. All right, Shirley Chanman, Clip Rock here. Ronnie Woodward is joining us as well here inside the Pirate Radio studios. We got a ton to talk about with Ronnie and about 30 minutes to do so. So let's get right to it. No, I'm not even going to ask Ronnie how he's doing today. I'm just going to get right into the questions.
We're going spelling bee or college football playoff first. I'm more ready for those two than anything else. I can guarantee it.
We got to go baseball first.
You're right.
But I want to get your take on the playoff, and then I'll throw out a spelling bee for you as well. All right, so we had Matt Trent on from Baton Rouge earlier in the show, and apparently he says Cliff Godwin is interviewing with LSU. What do you know anything about that? Have you heard anything about that, Ronnie?
I've tried to kind of get that part of it confirmed today. I haven't, to be honest, but I'm working the streets, Clip, and trying to get some type of update today officially. I think I will at some point today. I can just kind of leave it at that. I'm working on it. Hoping to have something today from some people at ECU, but yeah, I mean, the report from the Lafayette Advertiser said Bianco and Cliff Godwin are scheduled to interview. The same story also said there was a line in there that said, per their sources, Bianco was the, I think, top candidate or preferred candidate or something like that for Scott Woodward. Scott Woodward, by the way.
Yeah, any relation?
Nope.
Okay.
Pretty cool, though. Rare that I type Woodward in a story.
Yeah, it's confusing.
So I was digging that. But yeah, I mean, clearly Cliff is a candidate. And if, pretty publicly, maybe it's down to two candidates. I don't know that for sure. Again, I'm trying to work on some updates, so I don't want to over-speak to some extent. Kind of waiting on some returns on the old cellular. But yeah, I think he's in the mix. And honestly, look, if I was an ECU fan, I don't know. I think the Bianco to LSU, if that's what LSU really wants, opens up Ole Miss is maybe the better fit of the two for Cliff Godwin. That's just me, honestly speaking. Just he was at Ole Miss more recently than he was LSU. He's boys with Lafferty, one of their assistant coaches. I know they're really good friends. Maybe best friends. To me, that seems like a better fit if it plays out that way. But again, that's literally just me talking, playing the carousel game.
Now, where we are right now, if the name that LSU hires is not Godwin or Bianco, we're good.
It came out in I mean, exactly.
If it's not Godwin, okay, but if it's Bianco, you've got another wave.
Maybe even more worried.
Yeah,
I mean,
okay.
And Kendall Rogers tweeted yesterday, I think, that scenario without naming Godwin specifically, but it said Bianco goes to goes to LSU, something along the lines. You could check his feed. Kendall Rogers said, "I feel very strongly about two elite candidates would be there for Ole Miss," or something like that. I have to assume Cliff Godwin would be one of those. Again, there was no mention, but you can he tweets like all day every day you, so it might be hard to actually find it, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. Again, that's me spitballing. If the if the Bianco to old LSU thing is as sure as maybe people think or makes a lot of sense, I think Cliff Godwin then certainly would be in the mix at Ole Miss. So two schools that, look, he was used to being an assistant there, so it makes a lot of sense at either school, and that's kind of where it's at.
And it sounds like right now those are the two names for this coaching search. But you need to read that real quick.
No, I'm
see
good.
What's going on. You are like Adam Schefter in here working the phones there. It sounds like those are the two names, but there's still potentially a chance that they could be waiting out someone coaching in Omaha currently.
For sure, yeah. I mean, if you look at LSU...
The longer it drags out, the better Pirate fans should feel about Godwin returning, obviously.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, look at Louisville's coach was linked. Pat Casey was linked. Who else? Tennessee's coach, I'd heard at least was some type of candidate somewhere.
Is Corbin
a
real possibility?
Maybe, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, but you're right. That's one that hasn't really been addressed because the coaches who are still coaching, even Cliff Godwin, we weren't going to ask him last week or the week before. There's almost no point of asking a current coach about a job while they're still playing in the NCAA tournament. I mean, that's just, they're not going to say a whole lot. So
they're going to say, I'm focused on this team here.
Yeah, as they should be, as they were, exactly. So, but yes, the point. I mean, that's a good point. Tim Corbin, if he's in the mix, but again, I don't know. My just personal thoughts, I think Bianca makes a lot of sense at LSU. He played there. Reportedly, he turned it down once already.
I meant to ask Matt Trent, too, what age is his son? Do you know, Ronnie, that's playing on the team?
I saw he was a junior.
So he could be back next year. You could add that Boeheim.
It's a pretty obvious, pull. Your son is playing on the team. Yeah, that's a whole nother layer of it, for sure. So,
that's you.
That's me. Sorry. I need to turn my phone off. There.
If that rings again, you have to read all your texts on the air.
Well, that was from my wife, so I don't think she's gonna have much insight into any college baseball. Okay. But she might. She's become a huge baseball fan. But yeah, I think it's in general wait and see. At least for a few days and maybe through the weekend. But
they somebody asked today. So who has the scoop? Who knows what Cliff Godwin's going to do? The answer to that is Cliff Godwin.
Yeah. Before that, I think it's LSU. I mean, to me, the ball's in LSU's court.
Well, true.
They have to offer a job.
That's a good point.
To person A, person B, whether it's Cliff Godwin.
But when it comes to his decision, if he is offered, nobody's going to know that but him, unless you want to maybe start talking to his family.
Yeah.
I
mean, it's so yeah, I mean that I think the ball's in LSU's court. They're going to extend an offer to somebody, and then, like you said, that person is going to mold the offer, and
they're not going to do that publicly, by the way, because if that person doesn't accept the offer, once they do hire their coach, they'll say he's the only person we offered.
Yeah,
that's how all these coaches search.
For sure. Which one was it recently? I don't know.
Well, Scotty Montgomery was the only coach ECU offered that year.
Yeah, there was another one.
According to
more
Jeff
recently.
Conference.
I can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
I don't know, but the John Gilbert. Remember, he was linked to Tennessee's AD, same type of thing.
Yeah.
And it all happens behind closed doors, and then quickly, kind of even like the baseball hire that just happened, TCU. Sarloos, that'd be a good spelling bee. Kirk Sarloos was named TCU baseball's head coach.
Okay.
But that happened like that publicly, but behind the scenes, it looked like it had been worked on. So we'll see. It's going to be an interesting rest of the week is, I guess, the easiest way to sum it up for now.
Ronnie Woodward, Daily Reflector, joining us. Ronnie, let's put the cart before the horse just a moment. If Cliff Godwin is not the head coach at ECU next season, who are the top candidates in your opinion to take over the job? Do they stay in-house with Jeff Palumbo? Do they go out to a Pirate family member? Do they look outside the family?
Yeah. Well, I think you hit on all of them there. I think Palumbo for sure would make a lot of sense. We have to key on Wood with all these things.
This is all hypothetical discussion, sports talk radio. This is kind of what we do.
Bryant Ward, who I talked to last week at UCLA, Greenville Rose, one of Cliff Godwin's good friends. I think he would make a lot of sense.
He is an assistant at UCLA.
Yep. So he's all the way across the country, but he's from Greenville.
Any of the Michigan guys? Package, Schnabel?
Yeah, I mean, that would make sense. I think if you went the LeClaire coaching tree type thing, I mean, you could go, Clayton McCullough.
Billy Godwin coaching tree, bring Link Jarrett back. I don't know if we have enough money to match Notre Dame, unfortunately.
He's done a great job.
He has, man.
The guy at Virginia, McMullen, is that right?
McMullen.
He has a tie. But yeah, to me, I think Bryant Ward and Palumbo. Palumbo's going to be a head coach somewhere soon, regardless.
Yeah, I agree.
So he would be an obvious.
The question is his first job, ECU, or is it like a MAC school or something? But he's going to be a head coach.
Yeah. So those are a few names in the hypothetical world. I would say Ward and Palumbo would make a lot of sense.
All right.
And you kind of go from there.
If you have a question, comment on this discussion for myself, Ronnie Woodward, you can pass it along. But let's take a break because we have some other things to hit on with Ronnie, including, I'm sure he was devastated last week when he saw that the playoffs in college football might expand. Cannot wait to hear what Ronnie Woodward has to say about a potential 12-team playoff that would be fantastic for schools like East Carolina and schools in the American.
It would.
All right, we'll see what he has to say about that. I'll see if I can find a spelling bee name or two for him coming up. And more with Ronnie Woodward from the Daily Reflector. We will be back with you after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Gray Williams from the Pitt County Pirate Club, inviting you to join us on Saturday, June 19th for our first annual Cornhole Tournament presented by Miller Lite. There will be 2 divisions to compete in, the Advanced and the Competitive. Each division will have a doubles and a singles bracket. The total payout for the tournament will be $4,800. Hurry, space is limited. Sign up today by going to Eventbrite and searching Pitt County Pirate Club Cornhole Tournament or finding us on Facebook. Go Pirates!
0% alcohol, 0 grams of sugar, full Budweiser flavor. For all the moments you want a beer and need to stay on your game. Budweiser Zero, 0 alcohol, 0 compromise.
Hey Pirate fans, it's time to get that yard done right with the new John Deere mower from Quality Equipment. Our premium lawn care lineup is what every homeowner needs this spring. A John Deere will change the way you mow with easy-to-use attachments, effortless steering, and intuitive controls. Right now, save up to $700 on X300, X500, and X700 series mowers. Learn more at QualityEquip.com and get quality done right. Offer ends 10/29/21. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
This is Dr. Phil Perdue with Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. My colleagues and I recognize how difficult this time is for everyone in our community. We continue to see patients during the week while taking precautions to keep everyone safe. Our extended care clinic is now open on Saturdays and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. so you can avoid the emergency department for your urgent orthopedic care. For more information, please contact us at 757-2663 or visit our website at orthoeast.com.
While you're sleeping, our whole hogs are slow cooking over wood to create that bite that Eastern North Carolina is known for. I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have been the torchbearers for what whole hog barbecue is supposed to be. At Sam Jones, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors. Everything, and I mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Come on over and see us at Sam Jones Barbecue, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. Sam Jones Barbecue, Fire Tower Road.
For years, Callie Ann Phelps has been singing about Phelps Chevrolet.
Phelps Chevrolet is the one for you. Low prices, service too. See the big dealer right away. Carolina's finest, Phelps Chevrolet.
And you'll agree with what Skylar Phelps has to say.
Nobody beats Phelps Chevrolet's prices. Nobody.
The name you can depend on. Phelps Chevrolet.
Get you one.
Find new roads with Chevrolet. Then come find yours at Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
Save lives, be a hero, and make $1,000 your very first month donating plasma at Grifols Biomat USA. At Grifols, it adds up fast. New donors can earn up to $1,000 in your very first month. It's the easiest way to make extra money. Start now at Biomat USA, 505 South Memorial Drive, Greenville. Find your donor center at grifolsplasma.com. Make up to $1,000 in a month and save lives now at Grifols Biomat USA. A better donor experience and better pay.
This is Coach Gary Overton, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Select Bank and Trust. Banking is banking until the service is not the same. Wouldn't you like to deal with a bank that is responsive to your needs, can make local decisions, and cares about you, the customer? Try Select Bank and Trust. Bank local. Bank select. SelectBank.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. The best investment you can make is in yourself. Get educated and make prudent decisions about your financial future. Contact David Dom at Carolina Wealth Management today at 439-1344 for a free consultation. And as we head back into the show, Clip, I forgot to mention in last break, the accolades for ECU baseball continue to come out. And the American Baseball Coaches Association just released their all-region teams for the 8 regions of the United States. And for the Atlantic all-region first team, Connor Norby and Gavin Williams were both listed as first-team members. And for the Atlantic all-region second team, catcher Seth Cadell has been listed among others. So congratulations to those guys, and I'm sure we'll see more accolades come out in the next few days.
Good stuff. Well deserved from those players, of course. And man, what an effort Ronnie Woodward saw live from Gavin Williams and also Carson Wisenhunt, who had an honor bestowed upon him yesterday, where he would be on the national team. And unfortunately, they're not playing international play this year. It will be basically inter-squad scrimmages, USA All-Stars versus USA All-Stars. But Gavin Williams, Connor Norby, Seth Cadell honored. And how about the pitching performances on ECU side, Ronnie, that you were able to see last weekend?
Yeah, I mean, it was big time. I wrote a column, it was out this morning, kind of wrapping up that series, and I thought Cliff Godwin was really truthful and honest. I mean, you know, obviously he typically is, but the tough thing about this one, and I think why it got, you know, Godwin said it hurt so much was because they did have Gavin and got that performance from Gavin.
You look at like win probability is the thing. If you didn't look at who ECU was playing that day and only saw Gavin's numbers, I mean, you would think they're going to win 90% of the time.
Yeah. I mean, so that's, man, I mean, that's, you know, you hate to just kind of make excuses, and it's tough on ECU fans, I know, who are like, oh, they have to get to Omaha, but the reality is, and this was the first question I asked Coach Godwin on Saturday, if you look at the last 4 super regional games they've played, 2019, Reed Detmers, Bobby Miller, and then the 2 guys of Vanderbilt, Rocker and Leiter, they're all first-round picks, starting pitchers, and not only first round, but 3 of the 4 are going to be top 8, top 10 picks. So
I also saw something on Hoist the Colors about that. They went all the way back to like playing North Carolina.
Oh yeah, I mean those
with
teams,
Alex White, and they have Matt Harvey then, and Miller,
Adam Warren, Matt Harvey. No, they had all of them. Alex White, Harvey, Adam Warren. They had somebody else too. I can't remember. They had a 4th major leaguer on that.
Wasn't Andrew Miller? Was he a North Carolina guy?
He might have been, but I think he might have been after a little bit. But they had Robert Woodard was their closer, now the Charlotte coach. But nonetheless, I mean, even that is tough to compare to Rocker and Leiter.
Yeah.
And again, with ECU, and Coach Godwin said it pretty consistently the last half of the year, they've never had an ace like Williams. And he's right. I mean, Jake Agnos was awesome. Seth Maness was awesome. And you can go down the list, but they've never had a guy who can throw 98, 99.
Top 5 pick.
Yeah. So, and he pitched the game of his life and struck out more guys than Rocker. But they were able to get contact on a few swings, at a few doubles. That was really the difference in that game Friday, was 3 doubles by Vanderbilt. And ECU had 3 singles for the whole game. Mm-hmm. So Vanderbilt just got more guys in scoring position, had an RBI ground out, and then the slide under the catcher for the second run.
Yeah, I pointed that out with Mully Friday. Yeah. The 2 runs that scored didn't leave the infield for Vanderbilt.
Nope, a ground out, which you got an out, and then the second one really should have been an out if you have better execution by ECU, but at the same time, that was just a good play by that guy. I mean, that guy was a dude. He could fly. He had an amazing slide. They made the right play, just a half a second off, slow on the tag or whatever. The guy gets in there and scores. So, yeah, I mean, Friday was that was easily the best game I've ever covered. No question. Was just pitch for pitch, inning for inning. And yeah, I mean, it was the difference was just so slim, and that's what makes it tough, I know, for this ECU team. When you look at other super regionals, this one was, I mean, they really, really competed. And you have an ace. I don't know when they're going to have another Gavin Williams, and that's no disrespect to Carson Wisenhunt or future guys, or even a guy like Jake Agnos. He'll probably tell you that himself because Jake's a stand-up dude. With that power arm.
And the shame is, too, we only saw the real Gavin Williams for not even a full season.
2/3 of the season.
Yeah, just due to injuries and everything. But, hey, kudos to him for putting it together. It was awesome.
He shined.
He gave it all that he had.
He did.
Ronnie Woodward here. My old buddy Kenny Biggs says on Facebook Live, we got to get you a different hat. I just, something about, I like the hat. It looks cool.
Blue Jays hats are all cool.
But with, like, Vlad and Bichette and that lineup, and I've been playing with them on MLB The Show, I've taken a liking to the Blue Jays for whatever reason. Steven says, I think Cliff will stay if you just give him a raise. I don't think you have to pay him $1 million to stay. I mean, we're talking about that during the break, Ronnie. ECU, and I don't know this for a fact, but I feel like they're about tapped out on what they can do currently with Cliff Godwin financially.
Yeah, and I mean, to me, it's not about finances. Because, I mean, if it was about finances, he would have left for Alabama 5 years ago.
You think it's the destination, the opportunities?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's hey, whichever schools can give me a bigger check, that's where I'm going. Because, again, he'd be at Alabama. It's a no-brainer. It's Alabama. ECU didn't keep him because money when you compare to Alabama versus ECU, and you're kind of in the same position. And now, the difference now is that was Alabama baseball versus now it could be LSU baseball or Ole Miss baseball. That's a whole nother level. And when you add in the money factor, that's a different ball game. But yeah, I mean, you're right. ECU can't match. If it becomes a money thing, ECU has no chance. ECU can't budget wise match what LSU's going to do.
That's the reality.
That's just I mean so if it's a money thing, that's not good for ECU. But that's been the case for a handful of years. I don't think that's what it comes down to it. And as well as I know Cliff Godwin, I don't think that's the driving force, because again, he would have left a long time ago. I think there's other factors, and again, to me, the Ole Miss thing makes a lot more sense and maybe a better fit than LSU for him. But we'll see. I mean, again, if LSU offers him a job, it's tough to turn down. And again, I don't think that's for money as much as just all the factors. But he certainly could. They could say, hey, we want you, and he could say, no, I'm staying at ECU. He's done it to other schools. But each school and each offseason, it seems to build.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's
kind of like with Holtz. Like, he would get some opportunities. And not that USF was a dream job destination, but they were, at the time, Power 5. There was more money involved, and there was family involved. And
there's all... It's just like all of us. If me or you get offered another job at like a bigger city or a different city or more money or
and
whatever it is,
pay is tripled.
Yeah,
then sure.
But we wouldn't just do it just for the pay. I mean, maybe, but everybody's different. These are life decisions. People got to realize that. And you're right. It might be money, but I might say, well, I have a cousin or uncle that lives in that city. I would take that. I mean, there's so many different factors beyond just the money that goes in that, especially with ECU and Cliff Godwin. It's obvious. He's from Snow Hill, his family, a lot of different things other than just salary, in my opinion.
All right, we got to talk about some other stuff before we let you go. College Football Playoff Management Committee will be considering expanding the current 14 field to a 12-team format when it meets in Chicago next week. This is 6 days ago. I don't know when that meeting is supposed to take place. This is kind of the last article I saw about it, the Heather Dinich article on ESPN 6 days ago, where it talked about the playoffs expanding potentially to 12 teams. The 6 teams with the top that win their conference championship, the 6 teams that are ranked the highest, will get an automatic bid in. There will be 6 at-larges, 4 teams will get a bye, and so on and so forth. Ronnie, you are Mr. BCS.
Yep.
How do you feel about a potential 12-team playoff that would be incredible for schools like East Carolina, your Boise States, your Coastal Carolinas, with an opportunity for them to get into a playoff to finally have a chance to win a national championship, which has not been realistic for these schools ever, really, before now.
Do you think that's going to change? I don't, but nonetheless.
What's going to change? They have a chance? Yes, it'll change. You'll have a chance to be in a playoff to win a championship. Okay. Going into a season, you have a goal that is not make it to the Beef O'Brady's Bowl, which has been the highest goal every year other than the Liberty Bowl, whatever.
Yeah.
Yes, it'll change.
Okay. I like it for that, for sure. I'm in. I get it. I totally get it. I still don't think a lot's going to change in the end. I'll still take Clemson.
I agree.
Alabama.
I agree. It's not even about that.
But the beef that I had, I'm totally with you on that part. I think it's exciting. I think it's cool. I think it will end a lot of the, hopefully, this team should have got in because now we're going to be at 12. If you're 13th, you're 13th, But my issue is, this is where and I've said this a long time ago, when this happens, there's going to be all these stipulations, right? And they've created stipulations. Mainly, if I read this right, the top 4 seeds, 1 through 4, are conference champions. The top 4 conference
They have to be conference champions.
Okay. So, how many times have we saw Alabama in overtime beat Georgia, the Tua game. They were in the same league. They were the best 2 teams in the country. So, why not just have 1 through 4 be 1 through 4? Why does if Georgia is the 2nd or 3rd best team in the country, why do they have to be seeded 5th or 7th if the top 6 seeds?
I don't know. I don't really care about Georgia.
I know, but if it's gonna be fair, let it be fair. The top 4 teams get a bye.
Well, also what we're going to see is, I think, and I've seen people start to point this out, goodbye to the divisions, which we've already said goodbye to the divisions in the AAC.
Yeah.
But now they will put just the 2 best teams in the conference at the top. Now, somebody's going to get screwed out of that if there's 3 one-loss teams or however it works.
And the reason I say that is because baseball, we just had March Madness. I don't understand why football makes things so complicated. So, like March Madness, how many times was Carolina and Duke a 1 seed? They didn't
make together. Yeah.
Like the top 4 teams in the country were the 4 1 seeds.
Yeah, that makes sense.
This you have to win your conference rule.
Yeah.
What if ECU was not a 1 seed in baseball this year because they didn't win their conference tournament?
No, I get it. I feel like you're looking for things to complain about that.
No, but I've always said I like the BCS because there's none of it. It's 1 versus 2, right? And right now we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. There's no rules. You don't have to win your conference or do a backflip or be this, whatever. It's simply 1, 2, 3, and 4, right?
Yeah.
So if you're going to have 1 through 12, why not it be 1, 2,
You're
3,
saying
4,
if
5,
the
6,
best
7,
4
8,
teams are in the SEC, then put them 1 through 4.
Then give them a bye.
Yeah.
Why do you have to win your conference champion to get a bye?
Hey, if that's your only complaint here, I'll take it.
Yeah, so it's not a major complaint.
No,
I get it.
Okay.
I just wish... And I guess this is my point. I like the rules of how to get there. The 6 conference champions, the 6 wild cards. So there's your pool of 12. Well, then rank them 1 through 12.
After you get the teams.
Here's the 12. It's literally March Madness, right? You have teams that get in via the conference tournament. You have the at-larges, and they say, here's our 68 pool of teams. Now let's rank them.
Well, you're basically going to do that with 5 through 12 rather than 1 through 12, right?
Yeah, why?
Yeah, no, I hear you.
I'm all for the stipulation. I think it's cool. You let everybody in, just like March Madness, just like baseball. It's the same thing. College baseball, all right, here's the conference tournament champions. Here's teams like ECU.
And if the AAC is one of, like Cincinnati, the many years they're going to be put 12th anyway.
Cincinnati this year would have been.
They'd have been 9. They'd been 8.
They would have been ahead of like the Sun Belt champion or.
Well, yeah.
Whoever.
They'd have been 8 or 9.
Yeah.
And Coastal would have been 12. I do think though now that if this format goes into play, would Coastal have been kicked out of 12th for North Carolina or Northwestern, or would they have let Coastal get in? Like we're going to see some shenanigans there moving forward.
To my point, my fear is. Number 5 every year is going to be the 2nd best SEC team, right? Which is probably the 2nd best team in the country.
Probably. or Notre Dame because they can't get an automatic bid.
So that's stupid too. Like but anyway.
Yeah, I hear you.
So if it's 5 versus 12, so you're going to have the second best SEC team every year against the worst team that gets in. So how many times we're going to have Georgia versus App State, LSU versus whoever, Cincinnati, So it's almost like the 12 seed is going to get penalized by playing the 5th team, which is not the 5th team.
No, I totally get it, but I don't care because finally there's a seat at the table.
And I'm with you.
Available.
Sure. I just don't understand why they make it so hard.
All right, we've got Mitchell. You got like 30 seconds, man. We're running out of time. I'm sorry. Mitchell in Winston-Salem. What's up, man?
Hey, guys, I just had to call in. If you remember, I easily defeated Ronnie 2 years ago, and I was just very...
Oh, yeah, that's right. We had our debate. That's right, Mitchell.
We did.
But if you remember, I advocated a 12-team playoff. Now, if this actually happens, why it's so important for us, Ronnie, at East Carolina, is that if we win at the American, then we host that first game. I don't care if it is LSU or Georgia. Bring them on, damn it. But give us an opportunity to play against in front of 50,000 people against LSU or Georgia or Alabama, whoever it is, in Ficklin Stadium. That will be fantastic. And if we can't beat them, we can't beat them. But if we do, it'll be the best thing that's ever happened. So this is absolutely great. I'm just like Cliff, though. I'm waiting for the shoe to drop and say, wait a minute, this is just a way to get 12 of our, Power 5 schools into the playoff and make more money.
Yeah.
But right now, as it stands, this is the best thing that's happened to East Carolina football in 30 years.
All right, Mitchell, thanks for the call. I do feel like it's too good to be true, and there's a catch somewhere.
I mean, are they ranking this? So the 6 conference champions are 1 through 6.
I don't know,
and that would make my argument.
All I know is they're automatic qualifiers. I don't know if it necessarily said they'd be 1 through 6. If that would be the case, then Mitch would be right, and we'd be hosting a big team, and that would be fantastic.
But that also means the second best SEC team would be the 7 seed.
Ronnie, I don't care about this SEC team as much as you do.
I know.
Those poor billionaires.
Yeah.
Screw them. All right, we got to go. Yeah. Ronnie, National/Expos all-time on-base slugging percentage. Number 8 all-time is Moises Alou. Spell Moises.
Moises.
That is correct. Well done.
ALOU.
That is correct. Well done.
I was a spelling bee champ in elementary school. You called me out.
We had the new beast. The new beast.
5th grade, man.
Spell Vladimir Guerrero, first and last name.
VLADIMAR.
No!
Vladimir, right?
Yeah. Did you just say the wrong letter?
VLADIMAR.
Why do you keep saying A?
AR is the end, right?
No, it's IR.
Oh.
Vladimir, you're saying it.
Oh, you're right.
Vladimir.
All right, I messed that one up.
Guerrero.
GUERRERO.
That is correct. All right, we'll give you a 2 out of 3 on the day.
Man.
Technically 3 out of 4.
How you spell Vladimir? VLAD.
I don't know why you wanted to put an A
there's 2
at
I's.
the end.
IMIR.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to put an A in there. Oh, well.
Ronnie, good stuff. We had to pack it in. We'll have more time to talk next week, and we'll go over
all summer.
Well, our over-unders, too, from ECU baseball. We'll bring those out next week.
I like it.
Thanks for joining us, man.
Yep, you got it.
Stay tuned to Ronnie Woodward. He is in contact with some people.
I'm working on a story right now.
All right, good deal on this Cliff Godwin situation. We will take a time out, come back, visit with the voice, Jeff Charles, when we return after this.
Guess what, Greenville? Calzones are back. Community Calzone is the only restaurant in town specializing in calzones. Choose from over 50 different calzones, or you design your own with unlimited options, including vegetarian. Community Calzone also features wings, huge salads, and more. Plus, they deliver to almost everywhere in Pitt County. Located on Greenville Boulevard next to Ashley Furniture Warehouse, they're open for lunch, dinner, and late night for dine-in, pickup, or delivery. It's Community Calzone.
There's nothing more important than protecting your family. Fire ants can cause painful allergic reactions and even death. Protect your loved ones at home where you should feel the safest. Visit pesttechofgreenville.com to learn of our once-a-year treatment to guarantee you stay fire ant free. Tested and proven effective by your Eastern North Carolina exterminating professionals at Pest Tech of Greenville. Mention the crying baby for an extra 10% off.
Here with Mike Mullis from Fixed NC. And Mike, you were telling me the other day, people ask you all the time, I didn't know you did that. What does that mean?
You know, anything that involves property damage repair, call us first. If it's your crawl space, you've got interior humidity issues, a water loss, your ice maker line breaks, obviously fire and smoke, everybody knows we do those. But anything that involves interior or exterior property damage, we're your repair experts.
Mike, how can everybody get in touch with you?
252-999-0001 or fixednc.com.
North Carolina State Parks is proud to announce that they have partnered with the Hometown Strong program. Our visitor centers are now equipped with public Wi-Fi to help kids with school. Remote learning has become a critical public health measure in maintaining social distance and continuing to educate our young people. Take advantage of Wi-Fi and a hike at Goose Creek State Park or a day trip to the beach and access remote learning at Fort Macon State Park. For more information, visit hometownstrong.nc.gov.
Here with Melissa from ENS Hemp Company. Melissa, tell us how your products and services can help people.
Well, for over 2.5 years, the team at ENS Hemp Company has been helping educate our community on the many benefits of our products. Our customers have seen great success dealing with everything from stress, anxiety, fatigue, pain, and PTSD, just to name a few. You can come in today and our staff can help you find the best products for your needs. You can visit us at Fire Tower Road near Sam Jones Barbecue or enshempcompany.com.
Chico's Mexican Restaurant is the home of the best margaritas. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Tuesday for the Gulf of Mexico, a huge 46-ounce lime margarita for only $6.99. On Thursdays, relax and enjoy half-price pitchers of Chico's house margaritas. Choose from lime, strawberry, blood orange, raspberry, or peach. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
University PC Care has been the Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. They thank you for your continued support and trust during these trying times. Many services can be done remotely and free pickup and delivery is available. As a Dell business partner and Apple authorized service provider, you can count on University PC Care for all your personal and business tech support needs. To make a remote appointment or to bring in your device for service at their Greenville or New Bern locations, call 558-1280 or go online at universitypccare.com.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
Pirate Radio.
All of our last names are ECU.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Select Bank and Trust. Banking is banking until the service is not the same. Wouldn't you like to deal with a bank that is responsive to your needs, can make local decisions, and cares about you, the customer? Try Select Bank and Trust. Bank local. Bank select. SelectBank.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Town Insurance is your premier independent insurance agency. From maximizing opportunities to minimizing risk, Town's insurance advisors offer expert professional advice to clients of all sizes. For personal or business insurance questions, call 756-8300 today. And Clip, as we head back into the show, I was telling you that some more accolades will probably come out. I didn't realize it was going to be within the 20 minutes that you talked to Ronnie Woodward. Connor Norby has won the 2021 Bragan Slugger Award. Now, this award is based on performance at not only the plate, but also in academics and personal integrity. And Norby finished the season with a .415 batting average with 15 home runs and 51 RBIs. He also is an ECU honor roll student, a two-time ECU honor roll student, and an AAC all-academic team member. And he also, as part of the ECU program, donated more than 1,500 hours in community service since Connor arrived on campus.
Yeah.
So congratulations, Connor Norby. So I'm going to go ahead and say there may be another award popping up on my Twitter feed here shortly as at the rate it's been going.
Yeah, we usually have the watch list during the summer for football players.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Now we have a watch list for all the or a watch out for all the awards that these ECU baseball players are going to win after the 2021 season. But that's a great one there that combines on-field success with integrity, as you said, as well. Pretty cool.
And
for Connor
academics.
Norby. Yeah,
So,
academics.
which, of course, the ECU baseball team boasts I don't know the exact number, but it's a 3-point something.
A record high.
Yes, a record high. So academics just as important as what you do on the field.
All right, let's head out to the Fixed NC Live line and visit with the voice here on this Wednesday. Jeff Charles joins us today on the road. Voice, how you doing?
Clip, I'm doing great. I hope you are.
Yes, sir. And Jeff, looking forward to hearing you call another season of Pirate football and Pirate hoops. But here during the summer, you're working on, I don't know, what do you call it? Your side gig, your future retirement job, your wrestling promotion going on, right?
Yeah, I really don't know what we call it at this point, Clip, but I do know we're having a lot of fun with it. And yes, we are promoting professional wrestling shows in northern Michigan this summer. We have our first show coming up July the 10th in Sheboygan, Michigan. And then we're going to have another show coming up August the 14th in Houghton Lake, Michigan. And the response has just been incredible, Cliff. I think we're hitting it at a good time because people, as you well know, have been so cooped up for the last year plus, and they're really looking to get out and get their families together and have fun and be entertained, and that's what professional wrestling is all about. So the business community in these two towns, they have really rallied to the cause here, and it's been really fun. And working with the people that we're working with, we've contracted with UWE, that's Universal Wrestling Enterprises. They are based out of Cadillac, Michigan. They've been in business for 19 years now, and they run professional wrestling shows throughout the Midwest, primarily in Michigan, Illinois, and Wisconsin. And they've been really good to deal with. The wrestlers are really nice guys. We've gotten a chance to know them. And they're excited about taking their product to some new markets because they've not been to these two cities that I just mentioned. So it's really going to be a win-win for everybody. We're making it a community event, Clip, and making it a family event, a lot of fun for everybody who comes. And we're going to recognize special people in the community with a couple different categories that we have. One of them is called Hometown Heroes, which we are going to recognize first responders and military personnel. And then we're going to have another category that we call Community All-Stars. And in that one, we are going to recognize folks who have made contributions to their community through volunteer work. So we're going to do that at the intermission of the two shows, bring the entire community together and celebrate together and have a really good time this summer with these two wrestling shows.
That's awesome, Jeff. I know you're passionate about that, and man, that's really cool. And glad, and hopefully you can bring that to the East one day. Glenn and I are kind of jealous that it's out there and not around these parts. So,
well, we've talked about that, Cliff. It's the thing about it is once football season starts in basketball,
yeah,
I'm so doggone busy.
Yeah,
that's kind of hard to pull it together because there's a lot of work that goes into this. And like, for instance, today I'm out making sales calls in Houghton Lake, Michigan. And so, you have to look at the bottom line. You have to make sure you can make it work financially. And you have to get out there and knock on doors and talk to people and market and promote it. And it takes time. You just don't throw one of these things together overnight and you look up and all of a sudden you've got a packed house and you're making money with it. So there's a lot of work involved. And now that I have, quote, retired as a university employee from ECU, I do have my summers free, so it gives me the opportunity then to concentrate on doing this and having a lot of fun with it, Clip. So I've got the time in the summer to do it, and then once football season and basketball season rolls around, don't have quite as much time to get involved in my other passion.
Jeff Charles joining us on the Fixed NC Live line as we are 78 days away from kickoff, ECU and App State there in Charlotte. And right now, Jeff, we are kind of recapping a fantastic ECU baseball season and also keeping an eye on what's going on down in Baton Rouge as LSU has to find a new head coach after their legendary head coach is stepping down. And Jeff, it's kind of like the Pirate fans are being hit right now with a combo. If Cliff Godwin does not get the LSU job, but if Mike Bianco does from Ole Miss, then you've got another opening, and it looks like Cliff Godwin's name is being mentioned with both of those jobs. So we're trying to duck a couple of haymakers, it looks like, Jeff, and keep Cliff Godwin here in Greenville.
Yeah, no doubt about that. We all love Cliff. We all know what a great job he has done. There's no question about that. We know where his loyalty is. Cliff, he's a Pirate through and through. We all know his background, where he grew up and where he played, and then came back to coach the Pirates. It's really a great story. And I just hope that he's not, and I have no reason or indication to say this, I just hope that he's not a little bit frustrated, because we all know the goal for this program is to get to Omaha, and the Pirates have been knocking on that door for a long, long time and have not been able to knock it down. And I wonder if he thinks that, it really is truly possible for East Carolina to do that. And I hope he's not frustrated in that. And I'm not saying that he is, but I hope he's not at the point in his career where he thinks, well, maybe I've got to go somewhere else where I would have a better opportunity to take my baseball team to Omaha and play for a national championship. Pirates have been close, and we talk about this clip all the time, and I think what keeps everybody still motivated about it is that Coastal Carolina won the College World Series championship. I mean, they did not go just to Omaha, which they did, but when they got there, they won the whole thing. And sometimes I pinch myself and thinking that was almost a minor miracle, not to take anything away from Coastal Carolina, their program and their coaching staff and their players at the time. They're obviously terrific and won it all, but just think what the odds were against them doing that, playing all these terrific SEC schools and some of the schools, from the Big 12 and out on the West Coast. I mean, that was just a remarkable, remarkable accomplishment. So, yes, it can be done by a Coastal Carolina or an East Carolina. And the Pirates have been close. We all go back to the Texas Tech Super Regional a few years ago, and the Pirates were right there. And, I was thinking about this the other day, Cliff. You have a runner at third base with one out. Just think if there's a wild pitch or there's a pass ball, there's a little ground ball to second base that someone can score on, a blooper, a ball hit just a medium depth in the outfield, the guy tags up and scores. I mean, there were so many things that could have happened for the Pirates to win that game to get to Omaha that just did not happen. But that's how close they have been, and hopefully that day will come someday.
You're right, Jeff. A million different outcomes there that could have gone our way, and none of them did. And this time the Pirates ran into, you've talked about the umpiring a little bit, but look, they ran into some aces that are going to be top 5, top 10 draft picks in Jack Leiter and Kumar Rocker. And Rocker and Vanderbilt have a College World Series title. Leiter trying to win his first one this year, and Jeff Vanderbilt is the odds-on favorite. That's something else that, and not, the sour grapes or whatever, but ECU, it seems they run into a buzzsaw, a juggernaut every time they advance to a super regional, and that was certainly the case this year.
Well, there's no doubt about that, Cliff. I think we all knew going to Nashville it was going to be difficult. You're playing against those two guys that you mentioned, and they're terrific. And you're right. I think they'll both be first-round picks and probably high first-round picks. You're playing them on their home field. They have a winning culture. They've won the College World Series. They're the defending champs. So it's going to be very difficult for East Carolina to go over there and win. And yet, the games were very, very close, and they were again right there. But I think at the end of the day, Cliff, when you only score one run in this Super Regional, then you go back to a couple of years ago in the Louisville Super Regional, and you only score one run. So in the last two, you've only scored 2 runs in 36 innings of baseball.
Yeah.
And you just can't win doing that. So as much as sometimes you're concerned about the pitching once you get to that elite level, the hitting has to be better too for the Pirates to advance. So, there's work to do on both ends. I mean, the kids had a great year, and they're such good kids, and what a wonderful season that it has been for ECU. It's just that expectation has been said about going to Omaha, and Keith LeClaire brought that to Greenville when he came to ECU. And I believe now, Cliff, this is 24 years in which there's been that message out there to the public about we're going to Omaha. And so there's the frustration. I mean, we're talking a generation now of talking about going to Omaha, and the Pirates have not been there. So I can understand, the frustration, but I think we all have to keep it in perspective and realize East Carolina is a top 15, top 20 college baseball program, and we should all be really proud of that.
No doubt about it. Jeff Charles joining us on the Fixed NC Live Line. Jeff, we turn our attention to football and basketball, and Jeff, a new basketball player from the transfer portal coming to ECU, and he's a big guy that plays more like a guard, it sounds like, when we talk about this new Vance kid who joined the roster this week.
Vance Jackson, and I remember him well from his days at UConn, and I can remember Ty Seymour, my partner on the network, talking about this guy, Cliff, and I was really impressed with him when he was at UConn. I thought he was, maybe their best athlete, certainly one of their best athletes, and this kid was a top 60 high school recruit coming out of California, just to show you how great he was in high school and what UConn thought about him. I mean, he goes all the way across the country to play for the Huskies, and he had a pretty good freshman year, and then you just never know anymore about what goes on or what these kids are thinking, and he leaves there and goes to New Mexico, and then he had 2 good years in New Mexico. His sophomore season, he averaged 13 points per game, was one of their best players, and then again, I don't know the story, but he left there, and then he goes to Arkansas and doesn't play as much, and his numbers were down. But I can tell you this, in watching that kid play, he is a really, really good player, and I'm very excited about him coming to ECU. I think, Cliff, he's the type of kid that can come in this year. Unfortunately, he only has 1 year of eligibility remaining, but, hey, that's what we're dealing with in college basketball these days. If you can get a really good player for a year, you grab him. And he's a kid that I think can come in this year and get 15, 16 points a game, maybe even more than that. I think he's that good. And you're right, he can shoot threes and he can take it to the hole. He's got a really nice game, and he's a really, really good piece for Joe Dooley to build around this coming season.
Yeah, Jeff, had a lot of uncertainty this offseason with ECU basketball, with Jaden Gardner, of course, going to Virginia, other players in the transfer portal, Steve Rockefeller on his way to A&M. There were the Dooley and Kansas rumors, and just not a lot of positivity. We had talked about it on this show a month or so ago, Jeff, but yesterday when Igo was here, we actually started jotting down some names that are on the roster, returners like Tremont Robinson-White and Brandon Suggs and Tristan Newton and the Tabs kid coming in and all the freshman class, and I got kind of excited, Jeff, that hey, at least we got a roster to put on the court and some things to build around, and maybe it's not all gloom and doom like I thought around a month ago when it comes to ECU hoops.
I'm kind of thinking the same way these days, and you mentioned Winston Tabs. I mean, here's another kid that scored in double figures at Boston College, so all of a sudden you've got these 2 new kids coming in, and at a very high level of basketball, they've both scored in double figures. So that gives you hope. There's no question about that. Now they need some big players, Cliff, and one guy you didn't mention, Luigi DeBow, and Luigi is back, but he needs some help. They need some guys, and I'm sure Joe's out there beating the bushes, trying to get another big player or 2 to come into the program. But yeah, you're right. I agree with you 100%, Cliff. I feel better about it today than I did a month ago. But, it's still the American Athletic Conference, and it's still ECU trying to win in the AAC, which is, as we know, that is extremely difficult. But I like the new guys that are coming into the program. How well will they mesh? How will the chemistry be? Those are all things that have to play out, and we'll just have to see how it works.
And Jeff, you mentioned the word hope. Hope is a good thing, so I'm just going to have that hope heading into 2021-2022. Jeff, NBA, man, and your prediction for a champion might have changed 4 or 5 times now, the way these series are going. You got the Hawks and Sixers at 2 games apiece coming up tonight in Philly as Atlanta wins in Game 4. You've got Utah and LA, and those teams have both won on their home court. That is 2-2. Word coming out earlier this afternoon, though, Jeff, that Kawhi Leonard is going to miss the remainder of the playoffs, and that is huge. I believe I read ACL for Kawhi Leonard, so that is major news for them. This playoffs has just been hit with a lot of injuries to key players. Mike Conley going to miss the game tonight, so no Kawhi on one side, no Conley on the other. You got the Suns that have already advanced, and then Kevin Durant did it all for Brooklyn last night. So how do you handicap it, Jeff? Who's your favorite to win the NBA Finals right now?
Well, a very healthy Brooklyn team I thought could go all the way this year, but you're right, Clip. They had dealt with so many injuries. Now, Durant was great last night. He had 49 points, but, no Kyrie Irving. He's back on the shelf. James Harden hasn't played in this playoff series, so you don't know exactly where they are still without those guys. They were able to win last night, and Durant was terrific. He was coming off devastating injuries himself, but now that he's healthy, he's, again, one of the very, very best players in the NBA. So you can ride that horse a long way. But I tell you what, Cliff, I think a good story is that it's nice to see the Phoenix Suns back and relevant.
Yeah.
And because, we can go back to the Thunder Dan Marley days and how good they were. And I used to really enjoy watching them play on television because you turn those games on in the middle of January or February, and all those people would be sitting there in Phoenix with tans, and the players look like they had just been to the beach, and they're always a fun team to watch. And then they disappeared, and they were just totally off the radar for years in the NBA. Now they've come back, and Devin Booker has been absolutely terrific this year for them. So it's good. I think it's a good feel-good story that Phoenix is back, and they're very relevant, and they could win the West Division.
Jeff Charles joining us. Jeff, we'll leave you with this. You do your sports updates every day, and that Orioles road losing streak continues to climb. The Diamondbacks lost again last night. Peter Gammons tweeted this out 2 days ago on June 14th, and none of it has changed the last couple of days. He says, it seems hard to believe when one is told neither the Orioles or Diamondbacks have won on the road after their respective no-hitters. So you think back how long ago it was when John Means threw that no-hitter for the Orioles and then the Diamondbacks as well. Neither team has won on the road since then. The O's overall losing streak sits at just 6, while the Diamondbacks have lost 12 in a row. They are 20-48, and these teams just can't get out of their own way right now, Jeff.
No, they can't. And what's that now? 17 in a row, I think, for the Orioles after losing streak. So, my goodness, that's really tough. And here it is, Clip, only mid-June, and you got a lot of baseball yet to be played. You wonder what it's going to be like, for Camden Yards and also out in Arizona as far as the fans and the attendance and all those kinds of things. Baseball is a very frustrating game, and I watch the Reds and the Tigers on a regular basis, and it's just amazing. You can see teams that look like they're putting it all together, and they win 5 or 6 in a row, and they really look buttoned up. I mean, the defense is playing well. They're getting good pitching. They're hitting the ball well. And then the next thing you know, they just go into one of these slumps, and they lose 7 or 8 in a row and just look bad. And that's just the nature of baseball. I don't think there's a more frustrating sport, Clip, than baseball. And I've always said the most difficult thing to do in sports is to stand at home plate while some guy's out there throwing 99 miles an hour and the ball's darting all over the place and you're trying to hit it. I mean, that is an incredible skill that these guys have, and it's just a very, very frustrating game. I think the more you watch it, the more you realize how frustrating it is and how you really can't figure baseball out. You do have to have that great starting pitching. I mean, that's where it all starts, because I've just seen too many teams over the years who just don't have quality starters, and by the third inning, they're already out of the game, and you can just see the shoulders slump and the head start to hang, and they're already down 8-1, and it's the third inning, and, it's over. So, it all starts with that. You got to have that great starting pitching. Got to have at least 3 or 4 guys, and the way things are now, Clip, these guys, all they have to do is go out there and throw 5 innings, maybe 6, and they're big-time heroes, and they're making this big money, multi-millionaires, and that's all they have to do these days. It's not like it used to be, where you'd send that guy out there and, you expected him to go 7 or 8 or 9. That's what the old guys did, but these days the game's totally changed, and if you get 5 innings out of your starting pitcher, they're really ready to throw a ticker tape parade.
The voice, Jeff Charles, joining us today on the Fixed NC Live line. Always enjoy our weekly sports chat. Jeff, we'll let you get back on the road and talk with you again next week. Appreciate your time today.
Okay, Cliff, thanks so much. Have a good one.
There is the voice, Jeff Charles, joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. We will take a time out, come back. Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live on the way. Bryce Williams set to join us in the Pirate Radio studios, and we'll make you a winner. Open up the Pirate Radio booty bag. It's all ahead on our final hour of this Wednesday program. We're back with you after this.
The Pirate Radio Podcast.
Former head coach of the Pirates, Mac McCarthy.
So Herbert Green went to see Charles at a Christmas tournament in Huntsville, Alabama. And they were playing against Butler High School, which had a center who was the number one center in the country, a kid named Bobby Lee Hurt. Well, Charles just beat the living daylights out of Bobby Lee. But when Herbert came back from that trip, he said, we're recruiting the wrong guy. We have to recruit this guy named Charles Barkley.
Listen to every Pirate Radio podcast now by visiting our podcast channel and subscribing in Apple iTunes or SoundCloud. The Pirate Radio Podcast is powered by White Claw Hard Seltzer, proudly distributed by Coastal Beverage.
Hey Pirate fans, this is Cliff Godwin. Summer is here and I want to invite your son to attend Cliff Godwin Youth Camps. We will offer 3 sessions the weeks of June 28th, July 12th, and July 26th. All camps will be held at Clark LeClaire Stadium and campers will get baseball instruction from members of the 2021 ECU baseball team. Campers will also play games and each camp ends with our famous Pirate Slip and Slide. Full day and half day sessions are offered. For more information, visit cliffgodwinbaseballcamp.com. See you there. Go Pirates.
The Tauber River Bandits are back, and this year we'll have a full season, and all fans are welcome this year. Come watch some of the best collegiate baseball around with over 20 Division I players on this active roster looking to compete at a high level. We have a family-friendly atmosphere, awesome stadium, food and drink specials, plus the coldest beer on the East. Come do something different with the family this summer with the Tauber River Bandits. 29 home games to choose from. Tickets available at the gate or online at TarboroughRiverBandits.com.
UBE and PirateWear.com are proud to offer the Pirate Nation its largest inventory ever. Brand new Adidas is arriving daily, along with Under Armour, Columbia, and Russell Athletic. UBE is loaded with cargo, and new items are being added daily to PirateWear.com. Be sure to check out our children's store, The Crow's Nest, for all of your young pirates. UBE and PirateWear.com, an ECU tradition for 50 years. Go Pirates!
Safety comes first at Greenville Utilities. Did you know that by itself, natural gas is completely odorless? As a safety precaution, a chemical is added to the gas that gives it a distinctive and unpleasant odor. This allows you to detect the slightest amount of natural gas both indoors and outdoors. If you smell a strong odor of natural gas in or near your home, you should immediately call Greenville Utilities. GUC maintains staff around the clock in order to provide immediate response to emergencies such as natural gas leaks. You can count on GUC to keep safety job number 1.
We're midway through bath time, and 2 medium, 2-topping Domino's pizzas for $5.99 each have begun their drive to the Smith's front door. That's a GPS-enabled custom delivery alert, folks. The newest improvement to the Domino's tracker saying Domino's will be there in 2 minutes. They're calling it audible. Bath time's now rinse time. They've got 1 kid dry, 2 kids dry. The pizzas are here. They made it to the door. The kids are clean enough. The new Domino's tracker with GPS worked again.
2-item minimum. Pan pizza will be extra. Ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, delivery area, and charges may vary.
At US Cellular, we see our customers as more than just customers. They're neighbors. When you switch to US Cellular, you can get the new Samsung Galaxy S21 5G for free with no hidden requirements. As a neighbor, you deserve it. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
Does the idea of going to your local U.S. Cellular store make you feel a bit uncomfortable? Tired of the hassle of waiting and wearing a mask? Let Toby Williams and his outside sales team take away that worry. They will come right to your home or office and drop your phone off on the porch or at the front desk for you. Saving you time and worry is what the team at Cellular Warehouse is all about. Call Toby today at 252-799-7051 and let them help you with all of your wireless needs. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Keep your vehicle clean with the Pirates Cove Car Wash Fast Pass. The Fast Pass allows you to have unlimited car washes every month at every location. Pirates Cove Car Wash has locations in Greenville on 10th Street, Fire Tower Road, and Memorial Drive. Pirates Cove Car Wash, the ultimate car wash experience and the official car wash of ECU Athletics. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
Alrighty, welcome in Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. We may talk to former Pirate CJ Struck in this hour. Bryce Williams trying to get up with him, but he's been busy today, Bryce. He's been out in the ocean on a boat trying to reel in a marlin, a big one at the Big Rock Blue Marlin Tournament, which is going on this week in Morehead City. And Bryce, I think you said CJ thought this was going to be a lay day, where you don't go out, but they ended up going out today. And we might talk to him this hour. Even if we don't, though, folks, we will be talking to a fisherman in this year's Big Rock Blue Marlin Tournament. And that fisherman is Bryce Williams.
Yeah.
Some huge news. On Thursday, Bryce will be fishing in the Big Rock Blue Marlin Tournament.
Yeah. So my father-in-law, Jay, he's bought in, been on the team, got asked how you want to do it, to Diamond Girl, Clyde Bailey's boat. And I think you're able to bring a guest. And he saw these guests on Monday, and he said, well, shoot, if everybody's able to bring a guest, well, I'm going to see if Bryce can, come on. And thankfully and graciously enough, Jay was able to get me in. So very excited and thankful that I'm able to fish on Clyde Bailey's boat, Diamond Girl, tomorrow. So obviously a guest on the boat, but I think Jay said I'm in the angler spot. I don't really know.
Now tell us what that means.
As in, if a marlin gets hooked, or whatever fish may hit the rig, that I have, the potential or the opportunity to reel it in. So I don't know where I stand or how that works as far as positioning. If I'm like number 2, number 1, I don't know how it goes, but just the thought that there may be a possibility that I could have the chance to fight a marlin, and it may be, the winning marlin or whoever, or anyway, a marlin that we could, get on the boat and weigh in would be unreal. So again, super gracious and thankful that I'm able to fish on Clyde Bailey's boat. And
so the angler is the strength of the crew, pretty much.
The angler, I don't know how they judge that, but you got a lot of guys, into the crew with the first mate, it's a whole big ordeal and stuff. But I guess just being the chance to be being an angler is pretty cool. Like I said, this will be my first time fishing a tournament, and of course being in the Big Rock, so that'll be pretty wild. So I'm kind of just coming in there kind of new. Jay was giving me some, I guess, filling me in on the technique of reeling in a fish that big.
Well, I was gonna say, you are a very experienced fisherman, but how experienced are you in what you're going to be doing tomorrow?
Zero.
Really?
So I've never done anything with marlin. I've caught wahoo and dolphin and stuff like that, but when you're talking about fishing for an animal that could get over 1,000 pounds, the possibility of that happening is totally a whole different league. And and it's, you got to know what you're doing, or listen, very attentively to the people who have done it their whole life and are, it's nothing to them, I guess you could say.
Are you allowed to have ice cold beverages on the voyage?
I think you are. I think it's very accommodating. So.
I would be one of those guys on the boat that would just sit back and relax and enjoy the scenery and the pageantry, but also indulge in a cold
There's
beverage.
also a lot of people on these boats that have put in a ton of money who are not there to drink a beer. So and Bryce, have you talked about this? Do you have a contract signed on? You didn't throw in any money on this, but how much could you potentially win?
Right.
Me personally, I wouldn't win anything. Even being the angler, and if I was fortunate enough to catch the marlin that wins the team the money, that in my own self accomplishment, would be plenty. The glory, that'd be plenty for me. And I know when he told me I was in the angler spot, I didn't know that till we went to dinner, because I heard he told me earlier that I was able to get me in on Thursday, and I was like, well, heck, I don't even care to fish. I just want to see the process, and if we hook up on something, just watch it and be a part of this.
We just watched a cool video of the marlin fighting and jumping out of the water, and it was cool to see it on this computer.
Yeah,
for you to be out there and see it live, and
my gosh,
potentially be fighting with it.
Yeah,
I mean
it's unreal. And like I said, those animals get huge. I mean, like Larry said, they get 1,000 pounds, over 1,000 pounds. So I don't even know. And then to even boat one and see one. I've seen them like in person, but to be like in the moment on the boat and seeing it land right there, it would just be unreal. And to get to back up to a dock with, I guess a few thousand, 2,000.
You and Michael Jordan and other celebrities up there, hanging out, talking shop.
Exactly. So who? I'm super excited. I had to, make sure I got a good outfit. I can at least look the part.
Oh, here we go. You got to get your armband.
You got to look pretty.
I know. I might need to bring some armband.
You got to wear it. You got to go PFG, right? Or are you going to go something?
I'm going AFTCO. So, yeah.
I'm lost on this one, boys.
Yeah. Well, it's just another brand. It's American Tackle and Fishing Company.
Oh, yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
So I didn't know until we were talking a moment ago, Bryce, that there were, hours of operation where you could fish. So you don't know yet. It's going to be great to recap this next week. But what do you think? What's tomorrow's schedule look like for you? When do you arrive? When do you head out?
I think Jay said last time he got to the dock at 5:30. And they took off at 6 or something. Nice. Like I said, but the big thing is it all depends on where the captain, where the crew, where they decide to go. If you're running, I couldn't name north to Hatteras or to the south side, east side, whatever. The Big Rock is only, I think, an hour. Maybe like an hour 15, 20, I think, boat ride. So that means you don't, because the lines don't go until 9. So then you get to kind of sleep in and in a way, but that'll all depend. Like my buddy Patrick Whaley, he's fishing on post call as a mate. Like he's in the he's in the mix. And I think I saw it was yesterday or this morning. His snap is said 4 hours ago, and it was 8 o'clock. So they were on the water when it was dark.
Getting your spot or whatever. Is that why you go out so early? Yeah, like if they got to make a farther
run, they got to be out there. Pretty much buy as much time as you can with how much money on it. It's only 6 hours of fishing.
This has got me ready for next week's Pirate Radio.
I'm fired up.
Yeah, I'm curious. Who knows? There's been several marlin released. I'm sure y'all have been following it and stuff, but only 2 boated. So
so today, Bryce, an hour ago, to Big Rock Fishing on Twitter, wrapping up day 3 offshore with 6 blue marlin, 7 white marlin, 1 sailfish release. Savannah Lee hooked up, which, by the way, Savannah Lee released a blue marlin. So what we've got is that 480-ish pound that was brought in Monday, and then we had the 500 yesterday, which got them some money. Yeah. So that's all that's been brought up.
That's all that's been killed.
Wow.
Like I said, you have to have a 400 pound. It can't be less than 400 pounds, or you get pretty severely penalized. So.
So they're catching some. They just haven't had the big
definitely
boys yet.
Hot. So it's good to know they're biting, but trying to get those big ones. At least 400 pounds, I guess. But so we'll see. It was 520, whatever it was. That's obviously a huge fish. But was it last year? Last year was a very big fish.
And if I recall, it feels like it was a basketball game. Like there was just shots going up at the end of the game, like the last day or whatever. Yeah, that just kept bringing them up.
Yeah. Because last year I feel like they boated a lot of marlin.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's going to pick up the last 2 days. Well, I don't know. We'll see. But it's it's you never know out there because there's 270 boats. If you look at it's 270 boats that are in the tournament, and only 2 boats have brought in. So some are getting the giggle.
I tell you what, let's take a break real quick, Shirley. Or you want to run this? Okay. I saw this from Kelsey O'Donnell. At one point in our lives, when we heard that people were catching dolphin, we all cried, like, why are you killing Flipper?
Yeah.
We were probably all children when this happened. But Kelsey O'Donnell did an interview with someone out there at the Big Rock and gave the clarification on the game fish dolphin and the mammal dolphin.
Yeah.
I guess bottlenose, the flipper dolphin.
Yeah.
And I thought this was pretty interesting. It reminds me of when Bryce explains to me the different kinds of fish and everything out there. So this is from Kelsey O'Donnell, WNCT Channel 9.
Why is the dolphin fish called a dolphin? Because it could easily be confused with a mammal dolphin. Here we're talking about dolphin fish. The species is Coryphena hippus. It is not a mammal. It's a fish. It has gills. Depending what part of the world you're in, if you're in Latin America, it's often called a dorado. If you're in Hawaii or Polynesia, it's called a mahi-mahi. If you're in Morehead City, North Carolina, working as part of the Big Rock Blue Marlin Tournament, it's called a dolphin. Not to be confused with a mammal dolphin. The dolphin we're talking about is a fish, highly edible, beautiful, easy to catch, a prolific grower. So the dolphin fish we're talking about is the dolphin, not to be confused with flipper.
There you go, kids. Don't worry, we're not killing flipper out there.
See, I've heard of mahi-mahi.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've seen that on a menu and heard that name.
I wasn't for sure that. There was
Have you ever heard the other
dolphin.
term, the Latin term they use?
Dorado?
Yeah.
I've never, maybe on a fishing show, but never like just out and about, casually talking. I'm gonna go fish for some Dorado. I'd be
You'd be confused.
clueless. I'd be like, wait a second, what?
So you have caught some dolphin before, right? You've talked about that.
Yeah, and I'd love to. I've caught some decent sized dolphin. Nothing crazy. Maybe like 15-pound dolphin. Maybe probably 15 is about the biggest I've caught, and those are a fun fight. I'd love to catch a big bull dolphin, and because one, they're a beautiful fish, and that big square blockhead, and it'd be cool to catch a big bull dolphin.
All right. You have questions, comments for Bryce Williams. You can get them in on Facebook or Twitter. As we head to break, Redbeard says the real question is, how is Troy Dreyfus going to get on one of these boats and take credit for winning? Well, Redbeard, he'll find a way. We'll ask him Thursday when he joins us on Pirate Radio Live while Bryce is out on the water. We'll be talking here in the Pirate Radio studios with Kevin Williams back with ECU Golf. He'll join us on Thursday, Shirley.
Can I make a request?
Sure.
Can we do the spelling bee with Troy? Because, and this is the reason why I ask, because when Troy has trouble spelling something, he asks me to spell it for him.
Oh, he is notorious for yelling across the building.
Yes, across the hall.
How do you spell so-and-so?
Yeah.
So you'll be his lifeline.
No, I'm not going to be his lifeline.
No lifeline.
No lifelines here. I want to see him spell something on his own.
So, Bryce, I noticed you ever seen ESPN run the spelling bee over the years? You know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about, yeah. It's been a long time.
I noticed that was on this week, so we've been doing a little Pirate Radio spelling bee with like sports names and stuff.
Yeah.
I might see if you can spell some of your old ECU teammates' names.
Oh. I'm curious. We can play it because I'm curious who you choose. I don't know what side of the spectrum, how far.
Spell Zeke.
Yeah, we'll start with Zeke.
That's easy.
And work our way to Ventavious.
Oh, God.
All right. We also will make you a winner coming up on the other side. More to go with Bryce Williams. We're going to try to kill that fly before the hour's over.
He's letting my mic.
You do it, Mr. Miyagi. Clap right. Get him. Yeah.
Oh, did you get him?
No. Nope.
Oh.
We'll be back after this.
White Claw Hard Seltzer. A wave of refreshment. Crafted using our unique Brew Pure process. Made pure. Nothing tastes like White Claw Hard Seltzer.
White Claw Hard Seltzer. Available in 5 fruit flavors, 2 grams of carbs, gluten-free, and 100 calories. Find it at whiteclaw.com. White Claw Hard Seltzer. Nothing tastes quite like it. Proudly distributed by Coastal Beverage. Please drink responsibly.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 8 to 10 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by GolfKnickers.com. the world's leader in traditional golf apparel. Hosts Mark Greenhouse and Nat Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop.
At Tiebreakers, we admit we have a bit of a problem. People love our wings so much that they're starting to sell their home TVs just so they can watch all the sporting events here at Tiebreakers. Seriously, we're glad you love our hand-breaded, hand-cut boneless wings that much, but we really need you to go home at the end of the night. It's okay, we'll be here tomorrow. And when you come back, bring a friend with you. For great food, great friends, and cold beer, we'll see you at Tiebreakers. Tiebreakers, break the chain, eat local.
My whole business just went up in flames, but my agent was there before the fire was out. We started a plan. I've got 25 employees who could be out of a job if we didn't get this place running again. My independent agent and auto owners insurance, they made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll. That's incredible.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there. This is Jeff Gibson with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork, or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
Ahoy, mateys! It's Captain Jack Spare of R&R Tire Express. We're here to serve our pirate community by offering easy payments for easy ownership. For you landlubbers, R&R will install a new set of tires for just $20. $50 installs new custom wheels and tires. To learn more about R&R, stop by 3920 US 264 or rnrtires.com.
The icy treat that can't be beat is Sparky Snowballs. From big kids to little kids, Sparky Snowballs has been making smiles happen for over 20 years. If you're not in the mood to chill out with a snowball, Sparky's funnel cakes and fried Oreos are a perfect Sparky-licious treat every time. Look for Sparky Snowballs location at the Food Truck Rodeo on the corner of Evans Street and Fire Tower Road, and remember to follow Sparky's on Facebook or visit SparkySnowballs.com.
Hey, Pirate Nation, Big Ed Watkins here from Ed Watkins Marine. You use the internet to shop for clothes to cars, so why not use it to shop for boats? Get your best price now at Ed Watkins Marine. We are located in Lake Norman, but we will deliver anywhere in North Carolina, from offshore center consoles and bass boats to just cruising or fishing the lakes of the intercoastal waterways. We have something for everyone. Go online now at Ed Watkins Marine and see our selection. Stick with a pirate and shop Ed Watkins Marine for all your next boats.
This is Coach Donnie Kirkpatrick, offense coordinator for ECU football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Live well, move more, and hurt less with Kinetic Physical Therapy. If you're recovering from an injury, getting back into sports, dealing with everyday pain or fatigue, then Kinetic Physical Therapy can help you get back on track and live well. Kinetic has nationally certified therapists for physical, occupational, speech, and massage therapy, all in a state-of-the-art facility on Arlington Boulevard in Greenville. Visit kineticptgreenville.com for more information. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
All right, back with you on Pirate Radio Live here on a Wednesday. We'll make you a winner coming up at the end of this segment. Open up the Pirate Radio booty bag. Bryce Williams hanging out. Tomorrow, Bryce is headed out on a boat to fish in the Big Rock Blue Marlin tournament, and I am fascinated by all of this as a non-fisherman. Josh on Facebook Live says 2 years ago a 900-plus pounder was caught, and Bryce, you were looking at that on your phone during the break. I gotta say, no offense to all the Marlins tuned in, but they're not as pretty as they are on the Florida Marlins baseball hat.
Yeah.
Especially the bigger they get.
Oh, yeah.
They are some monsters. That and I was also told too when I said that to someone that there's a lot of fighting that goes on. Like, how long do you think, Bryce, it takes to actually catch that fish once you hook it?
I mean, obviously size is a huge thing. There was it was a boat this week. I don't know the name of the boat, but no lie, I think if I get my times right, they fought a fish, hooked up at like 10 or 11. And I mean, hooked and then fought it till like 6 that evening. Like,
yeah.
I mean,
that's a full day.
They can be several hours, and here's the thing, it broke.
And you don't even get the payoff.
You don't even get the payoff. You don't really get. I mean, maybe they got to see it.
Yeah.
I mean, it can vary. I mean, it can vary from maybe.
I wonder how many times that's happened over the years, Bryce, where you've had one and it gets away. It probably happens more often.
Oh yeah, if you like look in the feed. So and so hooked up,
right?
On the app, so and so hooked up, and like 45 minutes later, lost pulled hook. I'm like, oh my gosh! And I mean, it was day one, I think, and there was a boat I think fought it for several hours, and I think I'm trying to remember if you can change anglers, if it's the same angler or not. Like my Jay's friend, he's fishing in it, and he fought a fish for an hour and a half, and I'm just like, holy crap.
That could be you tomorrow.
I mean, as you're talking about it'll be like the Florida game all over. I'll be
hey, you were still making plays though.
Yeah,
you were just exhausted.
Exactly. Yeah, so I'm gonna keep on hammering as long as they can maybe give me some water or something. So it's gonna be something if that happens.
I got more questions for you. How so you go out there, obviously you're not stationary, but when you're trying to catch these things, how fast is the boat moving? Are you moving constantly? You'll find out more tomorrow, but what in your best opinion?
With marlin, I mean, obviously they're big fish and they're a fast fish. I don't know what the trolling speed for marlin are. Maybe, I think dolphin we do 6 knots. I think anywhere from, I think it's like 4 to 6 knots for dolphin, something like that. But marlin, I would say probably a little faster than that, maybe 8 or 9, I think.
So you're constantly on the go.
Yeah, you're constantly just trolling up and down the the temperature breaks and everything like that. And like I said, that all varies. But however nature wants to go.
I was hanging out with my buddy Mully over the weekend, and he was with a couple of his buddies who had gone fishing earlier in the day, Bryce, and one of them, it's like a classic fishing tale where you say something and kind of expand on the truth a little bit. One of them said, yeah, I caught I hooked up 2 stingrays today, and the other guy said they were skates. And he said, well, no, I mean, but they're raised. They got wings. He's like, yeah, but they weren't raised. They were skates. They just kept going back and forth.
Yeah.
So, and they showed me pictures, and sure enough, it's called a skate, I guess, and it looks like, because it's got the wings or whatever you want to call them.
I hate them things.
So, but they're not raised. They don't have the
barb.
Yeah, right. So, I don't know. What's your experience with these ugly-looking creatures?
Oh, they're terrible. Because here's the thing. I mean, and that's what got me last summer on the port wall. I mean, they're a fun fight when they're not suction cupped to the bottom. I mean, because you don't know what you have. In the beginning, so you're like, daggum, like I'm got a pretty good.
Oh, you think
fish.
it's a good size fish?
Yeah, and then in the end, you're kind of like you don't really feel any head shakes. You just constantly pulling, and then my gosh, when you see it and it's a skate, you're like, just break me off, like because I hate daggum trying to unhook them because you gotta roll them on their back and they're like doing their wings and flinging their tail, and I hate those things. And their mouths are so. I mean, and trying to unhook them, like if they swallow the hook, you're like, good luck with that, because they'll bite down on your pliers, and I hate them.
That's a ugly looking creature.
They're not.
All of God's creatures are beautiful, but the skate got the wrong end of the stick.
Got the wrong end of it.
Also, was I told too, Bryce? Have you heard this? That sometimes when you think you're eating scallops, like at one of those buffets at the beach, that it's actually skate.
Yeah, skate.
Okay,
wings. I've heard that. I mean, it's a meaty. I mean, I would try it. Maybe I have. I don't know.
We might have.
I probably have had, shrimp and scallop pasta. That sounds yummy. And then, you somehow walk behind the building and you see these bunch of these skates with these plugged holes in the wings.
I even asked the guy, I was like, so that CPW's, the pasta paradise, which is shrimp, scallops, they put some crab meat on it, and it's awesome. I was like, so was I eating scallops? He was like, oh yeah, if you got, especially the little ones, when you know that it's actual scallops.
When you get them big fatties, you're like, okay.
They said, sometimes they might be skate, whatever. So there you go.
I know we were talking about food. You asked what we do on.
So tomorrow you're heading out.
Yeah.
And on a normal deep sea trip like that, and maybe even tomorrow, what's on the menu, Bryce? That's important to a guy like me.
I don't know. So tomorrow, I'm sure maybe a little better food than I'm maybe used to having. Maybe. I don't know what we'll be having there. But on the offshore days, I mean, I've had anything from almost like veggie trays, like carrots and broccoli and ranch, which is actually really great because you kind of feel good out there. You're not eating chips, and because it'll go. I've had from veggie trays to leftover wings, so cold wings, which are delicious for me.
You like cold wings?
Oh yeah, and then leftover pizza, from the night before, which is good and that's cold. And then sandwiches, peanut butter and jellies,
classics.
Chips. Oh yeah, those. Maybe some Chex Mix, things like that are pretty much the go-tos there.
Man, the idea of some cold wings is hitting me right now.
I mean, it is great, especially when you're out there and it's hot.
Yeah.
And like I said, something about leftover wings.
Cool off with a wing.
Exactly, with a hot wing. So that's the one. So I don't know what tomorrow will be, but I will say trout fishing. When I'm on my boat or buddy's boat, I'll bring it. And Jay put me onto it, and we call it just redneck caviar, which is potted meat. And then you scoop it with a square nab, with the orange square nab, and it is. I was sketched out about it. I won't eat potted meat by itself, but you put a square nab with it, and it is delicious.
I feel like I've gone back in time to my grandfather's house.
Yeah,
the potted meat and the Vienna sausage.
Yeah, I'll bring those. You buy apple cider vinegar with the black pepper in it. Oh, it's. If you look at the nutrition facts, technically. If you're just based on sodium, maybe a little high, but I don't think there's any carbs. It's got good protein, low in fat. I mean,
Chandler, you're on a diet. Maybe you should.
I'm just saying. Maybe
have potted meat for dinner tonight.
Yeah, potted meat or Vienna sausages.
Yeah. What do you think? You're a country boy.
If AJ's has it on its menu, I'll have it.
Maybe I'll look for the redneck caviar tonight at AJ McMurphy's. Kelsey O'Donnell from WNCT Channel 9 posted a picture, Bryce. A juvenile billfish in the stomach of one of the dolphins.
Oh, wow.
Those are cool because they're small fish, but they got that giant point coming off the end. So good stuff there. And Bryce will be there coming up in Moorhead on Thursday. Also, Bryce, there is a record number of boats, I heard, this year fishing. So, I mean, the ocean is a vast landscape, obviously. What is there like a rule, or is it like unwritten rules in baseball where you don't enter another fisherman's turf? I guess there's plenty of room for everybody,
right? But
at times, does it ever get crowded? I wonder.
We've mainly on I think it's mainly like when we're fishing inshore, like say just trolling for maybe for kings or over wrecks and stuff. You kind of, I guess you don't want to get in cross someone's spread or right behind somebody or anything like that. There's kind of should be just a courtesy thing. Obviously, I can't think of the word I'm thinking. A common sense courtesy, common courtesy, I guess you want to say. Out there, at least what I do for the most part, because you got some googans out there that are just like, what are you doing? Like
some what?
Googans, which is just like a jack leg on the water.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. We all know what a jack leg is. A jack leg, once they're on the water, is a googan.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Got that.
So, I mean, we'll have our spread out a little bit, and we've had people come like right behind them. We're like, what are you doing? Or like, typically it's almost like a road. You pass sort of on the right of. Right.
So there's
however you do it.
People on the water know how they're supposed to act and go about. Or they should.
They should.
Okay.
Like I said, there's a lot of googans that drive boats.
Shirley, you know any googans?
I'm thinking I need the Encyclopedia of Bryce.
Yeah.
Just to keep up with all the names that keep changing. Because, I mean, I know what a jackleg is, but if you throw a Guggen at me, I'm not going to know what that is. I need to look that up.
Once a jackleg enters the water, he's a Guggen.
He just
he steps off the boat, he's a jackleg.
Exactly.
If he's like in knee-deep water, he's a jackleg and a Guggen all together.
Yeah.
It's simple.
And you don't want to be both.
So he's a jackin.
A jackin.
Okay, all right. Maybe we should move along.
A googleg.
A googleg.
We'll do a googleg.
Josh says once you hook up to a marlin, all the other lines get pulled in. You start chasing the marlin while you fight it. So that thing's like going.
Yeah, you're backing down on it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because you get tangled up in the lines, you're in a world of not good.
A world of not good. All right, let's get another break in, and as we do, we need to make somebody a winner right now.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
We need to auction off a fishing trip with Bryce Williams. That'd be pretty cool.
There we go.
We need T-shirts that say googleg.
Glenn, make a graphic.
Googleg.
Googleg.
What are we giving away today, Shirley?
It is Wood Duck Wednesday. You have a chance to win 4 tickets to next Thursday's game, along with a large 2-topping pizza courtesy of Domino's. By the way, did I say 4 tickets?
4 tickets to, you said next Thursday.
Next Thursday's game,
24th.
yes. And you have to be able to come to the studio and pick up these tickets.
We got the tickets for you and the pizza, but that is on a Thirsty Thursday dollar beer night. So
that is a perfect night for some baseball. Yeah, in Kinston.
Oh, we're gonna make a Pirate Radio trip for sure, at least one.
Hey, Thursday, $3 beer, pizza, free tickets.
You're good to go.
These people might need to be calling.
And I hear the phones right now.
To 12.
Call 12. 317-1250. Wood Duck Wednesday giveaway, and you can be a winner. We're back with more Bryce Williams after this.
Hey Birdland, Orioles 2021 single game tickets are on sale now for all games June through September at Orioles.com/tickets. Single game options are flexible and affordable with individual tickets starting as low as $15. You can choose from popular promo dates and fan favorite giveaways, including bobbleheads, t-shirts, caps, and more. Simply select your dates and purchase tickets now at Orioles.com/tickets. That's single game tickets as low as $15. Available to all fans now at Orioles.com/tickets.
The best place in Greenville to unwind after work and have fun is AJ McMurphy's. AJ's has daily food and drink specials and an awesome patio perfect for some outdoor dining. Stop by AJ's on Monday for open mic, music on the patio on Tuesday, sports trivia with me, Clip Brock, on Wednesdays, and music bingo on Thursday. AJ McMurphy's, Turnberry Square at Bell's Fork, and on Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Ready to travel and take a trip this summer? Avoid the long check-in lines and congestion at the big airports and fly local at PGV. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has recently added more American Airlines flights. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the pirates fly.
Wait up. Papa John's has a new stuffed crust. Oh, we did it. All our tweets, DMs, and carrier pigeons worked. This ain't just stuffed crust. This is Papa John's crust. Stuffed.
Hey Pirate fans, order the new Epic Stuffed Crust one-topping pizza for only $12. And now you can have the stuffed crust as an add-on to any large hand-tossed pizza. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, the official pizza of the ECU Pirates.
Ahoy, mateys! To keep those cars clean, you need the Pirates Cove Fast Pass.
Greenville's original express car wash is now offering a fast pass for as low as $19.99. That's one pass, 4 locations, and unlimited washes. Visit us in Greenville on Fire Tower Road, Memorial Drive, and East 10th Street, and also in New Bern on Glen Burnie Road. And by popular demand, Pirates Cove on Fire Tower Road is now offering interior cleaning.
So we have you surrounded. Pirates Cove, the official car wash partner of ECU Athletics.
Hi, this is Jeff Charles, and welcome inside the booth. He's going into the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame after a career scoring average of just 5.7 points per game in the NBA. Who in the world is it? We'll tell you who next.
The Pirate Radio Podcast.
Don Edwards. My dad was a great salesman, and he met a guy named Alec Dale from Richmond, Virginia, and actually talked him in to building a building for him. And I think the rent was like $200 a month, and that was a huge step to pay that kind of rent. But we stayed in that building from 63 to 72, and that's where we kind of got our start.
Listen to every Pirate Radio podcast now by visiting our podcast channel and subscribing in Apple iTunes or SoundCloud. The Pirate Radio Podcast is powered by White Claw Hard Seltzer, proudly distributed by Coastal Beverage.
The answer to the question of who averaged just 5.7 points per game in his NBA career and is headed to the Hall of Fame, it's Ben Wallace, who made a name for himself in Detroit with the Pistons when they won an NBA title in 2004 and had 5 straight 50 or more win seasons. Wallace played up the road at Virginia Union, a Division II school in Richmond. He tallied 10,482 rebounds and only 6,254 points. He never shot better than 50% from the free throw line and had twice as many blocked shots as made free throws. His defensive presence was the backbone of those Detroit teams during the going-to-work era. He is still beloved in the Motor City. So there you have it. Ben Wallace with a career scoring average of 5.7 points per game going into the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame. Come on back again next time, and we'll visit inside the booth.
This is Coach Blake Carroll, defense coordinator for East Carolina football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Thinking of remodeling your home or business? AG Home Solutions has been serving the remodeling needs for Eastern North Carolinians since 2017. The company specializes in additions, kitchen and bath remodels, historic preservation, commercial upfitting, and new construction. AG's Home Solutions offers a full-service design center and showroom staffed with a knowledgeable sales and design consultant ready to help with any remodeling project. Visit aghomesolutions.com to get started today. And congratulations to Bobby Swords of Winterville. Picked up 4 tickets to next Thursday's Wood Ducks game and also walked away with a large 2-topping pizza courtesy of Domino's.
All right. Can't wait to make a Wood Ducks trip to historic Granger Stadium with the Pirate Radio crew sometime soon. We got to do that.
I have an idea of a date, but I'll discuss it with you guys.
All right. Sounds good. All right. A couple more things to do with Bryce. Let's do this real quick for fun. So we've been doing the Pirate Radio spelling bee. We did it yesterday for a little while. Bryce, let's test you on some of your former teammates at ECU. Sticks. Who was Sticks? Was that Dayon?
Dayon Pratt.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's go. Pratt's easy. Let's go Dayon. How you spell Dayon?
Dayon.
Dayon is correct. Well done, Bryce.
There we go.
Got 1 for 1 here. Let me look down the list here. All right. Well, this guy, he's like doing big things, and I don't know what he's an agent. What is Kahadre Hooker these days?
I don't know what event coordinator.
He's in on a lot of things.
He is. I think he's an agent thing, but I couldn't tell you.
He's doing big things, whatever it is.
He does, yeah, we'll just say he's doing big things.
But can you spell Kahadre?
Kahadre. K-H-A ha D-R-E E.
Oh!
Two E's in his name?
Yes. Also, you didn't mention the apostrophe, but you know what? That was so impressive. I'm going to give it to you. That was big time right there. What you got, Shirley?
I was going to say Kahadre Hooker is the co-founder and president at Flexwork Sports Management.
Cool. Okay.
So like a sports agency.
He's a good dude, too.
Wow.
I like we've talked
big time.
Forever.
Yeah. All right. Rocco Scarfone, cornerback for ECU.
Oh yeah,
Rocco.
You know
that was
Rocco.
one of the greater names in
Yeah.
ECU football lore.
Oh yeah,
he was the only player too, Bryce. I'm sure I told you about this. The only player to walk away from an interview after practice one day.
Jeez, Rocco.
I remember that.
Really?
But it was not his fault, and he actually sent me a message right at you know whose fault it was. The guy everybody's mad at this week. For asking Cliff Godwin questions.
For sure. I can see it on your face.
Seriously.
For sure.
But Rocco, like, to his credit, immediately messaged like myself, Stephen Igo, some others, and was like, sorry about that, guys. I just lost my cool. And it was after a South Carolina game where he nearly had a pick that would have like sealed the deal for ECU or whatever, and he dropped it. And I asked him about it, and he answered it, and we had kind of moved on, and then that guy came and wanted to talk more about it. And Rocco was like, I'm out of here. How do you spell Scarphone, Bryce?
Scarphone.
Scarphone. Sounds like a cool character's name in
a mob movie?
Yeah. Yeah, you talking to Scarphone?
Talking to Rocco?
Yeah.
Hey, did you see Rocco Scarphone?
We're stalling so Bryce can think a little bit.
I know. SCARFONE.
Very good. I didn't know if you'd go F or PH. F is
Yeah,
correct.
F.
And you are nailing it today.
Is Rocco ROCCO?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not impressed, Chandler, but yes, it is.
ROCK in the USA?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see if I can find it.
Now, is he looking at the laptop? Because your laptop's
No.
pretty close to where Bryce
I'm
is.
watching golf.
Before you
Okay,
name off
okay.
somebody else, I know you're good friends with him, so you could probably spell his last name. How do you spell CJ's last name?
Oh, yeah, that's a great question.
Hard. That's a hard one.
His last name, for folks that don't know, is Struck.
Yeah.
But
I think it's
there's some crazy letters in there.
Shoot.
I actually was thinking that you would know it since you're good friends, because I actually want to know.
Sorry, Ferb, if I get this wrong.
What do you call him?
Ferb.
Ferb.
It's like a Furby?
No,
Or just-
like it's just Phineas and Ferb.
Oh, okay. I'm
Somehow,
not.
Somehow him and I got on that our senior year. I'm
I just
Phineas.
put in CJ Ferb.
All right, it is 6 letters, Bryce. I'll tell you that.
I'll see STR.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I got 3 more.
Here's where it
I
gets
know that.
tricky.
I know that Y's in there somewhere.
Where is the Y? That is the question.
Shoot. Oh, man. I'm gonna go.
Who's our quarterback?
I'm gonna go STR. UYK.
Yeah! Unbelievable.
Let's go, Bryce.
What a performance by Bryce Williams.
We have
today.
a new beast.
Now, we didn't even ask you. When you were a kid, were you good at spelling bees?
No, if Anna was listening, maybe she is. She would say I can't spell worth anything.
Well, you know your former teammates.
I know my
I'll tell you
boys.
that.
I know my buddies.
All right, let's we'll wrap it up with Ventavious.
Okay.
Coop.
I mean, VIN. Oh, there's an apostrophe somewhere.
No, there's not.
There's not. Okay.
No.
VINTAVIOUS.
I will be darned.
Dang.
This guy is money, man.
Ventavious.
This
That's
guy
crazy.
is absolute money.
Dang. Ventavious. Dang.
He knows his boys.
Give the ball to Coop.
Give the ball to Coop. Good stuff, Bryce. Way to go,
Thanks,
man.
man.
I am impressed.
Yeah.
Anna's always like, sound it out. I'm like, oh. She's my teacher.
Well, you go home and tell her how well you did. She's
Yeah.
proud of you.
Teacher.
She'll give you a star. Actually, you ain't going home, are you? You're going to the
I'm
beach.
not. I said it about before I left here.
Man, so Bryce ready to do some fishing tomorrow in the Big Rock Blue Marlin tournament. Let's take our final break, Shirley. We'll come back and wrap it up with Bryce Williams on the other side of this timeout. More to go on Pirate Radio Live right after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Buick GMC Truck. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in Eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This month at Brown & Wood, get an all-new Buick Encore GX 2021 and save over $3,500 or 0% for 72 months. And as always, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
Save lives, be a hero, and make $1,000 your very first month donating plasma at Grifols Biomat USA. At Grifols, it adds up fast. New donors can earn up to $1,000 in your very first month. It's the easiest way to make extra money. Start now at Biomat USA, 505 South Memorial Drive, Greenville. Find your donor center at grifolsplasma.com. Make up to $1,000 in a month and save lives now at Grifols Biomat USA. A better donor experience and better pay.
Hey Pirate fans, this is Cliff Godwin. Summer is here and I want to invite your son to attend Cliff Godwin Youth Camps. We will offer 3 sessions the weeks of June 28th, July 12th, and July 26th. All camps will be held at Clark LeClaire Stadium and campers will get baseball instruction from members of the 2021 ECU baseball team. Campers will also play games and each camp ends with our famous Pirate Slip and Slide. Full day and half day sessions are offered. For more information, visit cliffgodwinbaseballcamp.com. See you there. Go Pirates.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsey Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
The whole family's home. It's almost time to eat again, but you don't feel like cooking again. So close the microwave, put away that box of instant whatever, drop your spatula, pick up the phone, and get a Big Bow box delivered with 8 pieces of legendary fried chicken, fluffy buttermilk biscuits, fixins, and tea. Because no one ever said a home-cooked meal has to be cooked at home. Just tap your favorite delivery app for a Big Bow box at your front door. And it's bow time.
If you have family coming over this summer, the last thing you want is your air conditioning to not keep the house cool. Face it, the only thing worse than an irritable mother-in-law is a sweaty mother-in-law. So call Delcor to get ready for summer. For a limited time, put no money down and get 12 months same as cash when replacing an HVAC system. Keep your mother-in-law cool. Everybody will thank you. Go to DelcorInc.com or call 252-321-8868. Delcor, the service professionals.
This is James Greenleaf, the General Manager of Delcor Heating, Coolant, and Plumbing. If you've been holding off on replacing your AC unit, I urge you to make that decision now. The factories have warned all their dealers that HVAC equipment delays will get worse as demand exceeds production capabilities this summer. Don't wait until the peak of the summer heat to get your equipment replaced. Let's get your home ready now. We have great financing options available, including same as cash, no interest, and no payments for 12 months. Call Delcor at 321-8868 or visit us at DelcorInc.com. Delcor, the service professionals.
If you love the food at Villa Verde, and hey, who doesn't? Now Villa Verde makes it even easier for you to order takeout. Tell us about it, Jay.
If you go to myvillaverde.com, you can order online, and we'll have it ready for you to go. Plus, you can pick it up at either one of our locations. No waiting in line to pay, and no waiting at all. Just pick it up and go. With online ordering from myvillaverde.com, or from our mobile app, plus even from our Facebook page. Villa Verde, now with 2 Greenville locations to serve you. Villa Verde, a platform for good.
Pirate Radio.
We'll strap it on with anybody, anywhere, it doesn't matter. I know this, I want to win or lose with the group that we have in our locker room.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Taking a look at your stock market report for today. It was a rough day as the Dow dropped 265 points. It closed at 34,033. The NASDAQ was down 47 at 13,983. And the S&P was down 22 at 4,223. That is your Wells Fargo Advisors financial report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
Alrighty, back with you on a Wednesday edition of PRL. Had our Wood Duck Wednesday giveaway. The Wood Ducks are in town today through Sunday. They're off Monday and then home again next Tuesday to next Sunday. So a great time to see some live baseball. A little peanut and cracker jack, hot dog, cold burr, and enjoy some baseball. All right, Bryce is here. We've been outdoors pretty much the entire hour. Have you done anything on the water since we last spoke with you, Bryce?
Oh, yeah. Saturday, went fishing on a buddy's boat. Went back out to Swan Quarter. We worked hard for some fish. We caught them on top water. Typically, top water is good, on a cloudy, overcast day in the morning. But we stuck on them for all the way up and pretty much the whole day. They realized that's what they were hitting. If I would have had as many hookups as I did like blow ups at my bait, then I would have had a tremendous day as far as quantity, and typically the bigger trout like to hit the top water, so quality would have been there as well. But I was able to catch a couple trout. Caught a 19-inch trout as a fatty, so that was good. But my buddy had a heck of a day. He caught a 24-inch trout and a 22-inch trout, and then a small one. And then he actually trout, redfish, and a flounder. Also was in that bag, so that's called like inshore slam. So he had a good day, and you get a 24-inch trout. Let's see, I'll show you real quick, since it obviously is previous on. So here's a 24-inch trout.
Oh yeah,
I mean it's
a good size trout.
It was a stud. So we released those two big girls and released mine, and so we got to do that, and so that was a great day. It was beautiful out there, and then of course Sunday. Took Anna and Mary, my future mother-in-law, and my two boys, my dogs, out on the water, and we had a good time there. So it was, of course,
awesome.
A water weekend.
I was about to say, there was news not broke.
Yeah.
Oh, he's talked about his boys in the past.
My boys, yeah. So
not to freak you out, Bryce. Did you see the story about the guy who says he was swallowed by a humpback whale? No, is that what you were going to ask?
No, it wasn't, but I did see that, and that was insane.
In the world?
They said a Cape Cod diver, or the Cape Cod, Cape Cod lobster diver escaped the mouth of a humpback whale.
He said that he said it went dark. He said everything was like, he said he couldn't move. Everything was dark, and he said that I guess the whale noticed that whatever was in his mouth. He noticed that he was supposed to not eat. He said he shook like this, and he was going everywhere, and all of a sudden he just went right out of his mouth.
Oh gosh.
So be weary of that next time you're
there's
on the
an
water.
interview of them
Tomorrow.
And they're like they told their kids, I think they interviewed the son, and the son was like, yeah, someone came up to me and said, yeah, your dad got swallowed by a whale. Could you imagine someone coming up to you and saying, sorry, kid, but your dad was just swallowed by a humpback whale?
Also, I don't understand the reference here, but Chad wants me to ask you what your opinion is on the Carolina squat. And I
think it's the dumbest thing.
It is a picture of a large SUV, like a Tahoe type.
Tahoe, yeah, they just do it for Tahoe.
Suburban.
You're not one of those guys, are you, Bryce?
No.
It is. It's got big rims, big wheels, and it is tilted up.
You know what it reminds me of? You ever seen a dog scoot his butt across the grass?
Yeah.
That's exactly
That's
what
when
these
their
trucks...
anal gland needs to be released when they're scooting on the grass.
Well,
could have gone without that.
I just figured that was their version of toilet paper.
I didn't know you were a doctor.
Look at this bit.
Well, my dogs do it, so I got to...
Your boys.
But it just reminds... So whenever
Bryce's boys run around with their ass on the ground.
Yeah.
Just scooting across.
Yeah. I think it's ridiculous. I mean...
Is this a thing?
It's like a teenager thing.
Oh yeah, it's like a high school, teenager, college, whatever you're gonna do it. It makes the truck so impractical. You put something in the back in the truck bed that's squatting. Some are not that bad. Like I can sort of handle the ones that are not that bad, but that's ridiculous.
Yeah, this is
and I mean, you totally blow the reason for having a truck, in my opinion.
I think I saw where they were going to try to do away with that, like make some kind of law.
And the loud exhaust.
Yes.
I had an exhaust, but when you got a busted eardrum every time they ride by, I'm like,
I don't know why. I don't know why they do that, thinking that that's cool. Like it's annoying.
Oh, it's so annoying.
Hey, you're not cool.
Yeah, dude.
Hey, you think you're cool?
New segment called Bryce's Gripes.
Yeah,
Bryce's Gripes. All right, Bryce, good luck tomorrow, man.
Yeah, thank y'all for having me.
Out there.
Hopefully we got some good stuff to talk about next week.
Oh, man, can't wait. It'll be fun.
Can't wait.
Shirley Chandler, see you Thursday, 3 o'clock on an all-new edition of Pirate Radio Live. Thanks for tuning in today. So long, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio.